Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. The good news is the Mets can't lose tonight. The bad news is they're off, so they can't win either, so no sports talk for me until Wednesday. This week's episode is sponsored by Patreon member Kevin T. Cronky, who can feel my pain. No Jamin this week. He's sleeping off a long weekend, chilling at the beach without a care in the world, right? That's what he said he was doing?
It was something like that.
No Alex either. He's a bit under the weather. We do have Corey, Randy, Tim, Evan, the correspondent Joe Caron, and our special guest, fresh off his first event as a tournament director, Terry Hudson. We'll talk about the actual event shortly, but how did it go running your first tournament, Terry?
It went. It was a lot. So first off, for anyone who's never run a tournament and has ever complained about anything, F you, man. It is very difficult to run a tournament. There's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of just anxiety that comes with being the person in charge of the tournament and getting all the money and then dispersing the funds and doing all the fun stuff. So how did it go? It went. It was actually, I'm just joking. It was actually a pretty fairly straightforward time. We had a one minor issue at the end of the second round with a card, but other than that, I had a lot of help. There were a lot of people helping me, so it wasn't too bad, but it is pretty stressful.
Anything off the top of your head that you would change for next time, assuming that there is a next time?
I think there will be a next time. I'm ready for another time. Yeah, so I probably won't play again. So I played and was the TD for this tournament. Few reasons because of that. One, because it's a PDGA C tier and you can do that. And two, because it was the first tournament at Dove Creek. So I had to play in it, right? I couldn't just not play. So I probably wouldn't do that again.
What about a wait list?
That will also happen next time. And I'll tell you why I didn't do the wait list. Because I did what's called collected payments. So essentially, there's two ways you can collect payments as a TD. You can either, technically three. You can either create your own, business PayPal account, or you can use your personal PayPal account, or you can use what's called collected payments, which is essentially disc golf scene. It's either disc golf scene or it's the PDGA that collects the money and holds on to it for you. And the nice part about that is I don't physically have the money. It doesn't have to go into my own personal account. So there is no issues that way. The big issue with that is in order to get your money, they don't have a electronic way to give you your money. You actually have to order a check and they pay you out a check. So you have to make sure that you order a check in time that'll make it in time to your house so that you have money to pay out the people. Otherwise, you're fronting that money until that money shows up. And so I was a little worried using my collected payments, or at least not a little worried. I just didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how a wait list worked, where somebody who put their money in, would it automatically credit it? Would I have to credit it? Do I take the money and then give it back to them after? It was a little unclear as to what happens when you do a wait list. So next time I'll do a wait list, I'll stop worrying about it. And then I'm not sure if I'll do collected payments again.
Randy, you're probably the only other person here who's run a tournament. Had you heard of that collected payments thing before?
So maybe this is a pro tip for local people. We ran it through DisCap only in finance terms. So I didn't have to deal with that because basically DisCap fronted the money. I don't know what we did in terms of options. So payouts came from DisCap.
Okay.
I was told that nobody in DisCap has done collected payments before. They all do just use the DisCap PayPal or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we did it. So I didn't even know that was an option, I guess.
All right, makes sense. It also makes sense that you didn't do the wait list.
I figured you just didn't check the box.
You do have to check the box. At first, I didn't check the box, but then when I had to make a decision, do I check the box or not check the box? Of course, the first thing I think of is what happens to the money when they take it for the wait list. Does it automatically get refunded? And really what I found out is when people were asking for refunds. So we had a couple of people drop over the final week and a half. And every single time you just click the refund button, it actually gives the refund that the PDGA allows. You have a little bit of discretion within a certain time frame, but it's pretty automatic and it refunds it right there. So Probably should have known that the waitlist would work that same way. It would just refund it automatically, but I still wasn't quite sure.
All right, that's cool. There was no team challenge this week, and the only event other than a couple monthlies was the Wing It and Sling It Open. So I thought we can go chronologically through the last week or two and get caught up. 2 weekends ago, we had a SkipAce event. I believe it was the PDGA Champions Cup. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Terry, do you play SkipAce at all?
Nope. I don't know why I haven't. I don't really follow the PDGA all that closely. I mean, I do online, but I don't subscribe to the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Like I don't have the videos. So I would say one of the things that I used to like about it was when the final round was on YouTube. I watched it more then, but since they've taken it away from YouTube, I haven't watched it. So no, long-winded way. I don't play SkipAce.
No, that's cool. I love it because I don't follow it. So I haven't really followed it since, 2015, 2016. So all the people I pick are old. But we did have the 2026 PDGA Champions Cup. Looks like we had 32 people picking. And Tucker the Koala has the 32nd place. 18 points above that, though. Corey Cook in 31st place. What happened?
Oh, I got Paul Macbeth, who dropped out, which I didn't see coming. Garrett Girthy, I don't know what happened to him, but 2-0.
It's past January. Doesn't he only play well in like the first tournament of the year?
Yeah, he was, what do I have left in points selection? I'm like, he played pretty well the previous event, and then they both screwed me.
Looks like Ryan Travis, 148.343 in 30th place. Stubbs in 29th. Tucker Rules in 28th. I was in 27th place, only about 103 points ahead of Corey. Highland Mike Warner in 26th. Billy Buckner in 25th. Brian Heller in 24th. Jason Lasasso, he's moving and he beat both of us. 22nd place, Randy Bobandy. You broke 1,000.
I did.
How's it feel?
It's crazy. I picked Kyle Klein, who has done well in every event except for this one. And he gets me almost no points. It's wild.
But he got you over the 1,000 barrier.
He did.
Wouldn't have got it without those 21 points. Justin Hickok in 21st place. 20th place, we got Con. Brandon S. Klein in 19th. Ryan Nelson in 18th. Mike Schwartz in 17th. Devin Lamke in 16th. The Blue Jay Disc Golf Store is in 15th. Evan in 14th place. Jake Kiebenheimer. It was his low scoring. Probably just all the points he had left. Rob Wiest of Mississippi, Corey, 1,079 points and 13th place. That's
yeah, he got me this week by a little bit.
12th place, Joe, the correspondent. You're not Joe C, right? You are the correspondent?
I am Joe C, but I'm not that account on SkipAce.
You're telling me in the world there's another person with the initials Joe C?
Crazy, right?
I don't buy it, but okay, all right. I'll have to take your word for it. But Harry Chase, 75 points is your lowest. Not too shabby. 1,092 points.
Yeah, it was an all right week. I would have picked a little differently if I knew Harry Chase was going to do that low, but he did good the week before, so I thought he had a chance of getting me some more points.
So he wasn't because of
No, he was the bottom pick for me, but thought he was a good pick for the points that he had.
I got you. Looks like Kenji in 11th. He beat you by a point. Top 10, Brian Bickersmith in 10th place. Alex Potts in 9th. Surprisingly, ahead of Randy, Kathleen Bemis in 8th place. Jamin Hume in 7th, 1,136 points. Pat Jeffries with 2 T's in 6th. Sparky Crokinole Spalding in 5th place. Maximilian Pegasus in 4th. Joe C, you're sure it's not an alternate account? You can take credit, no? All right. But Joe C in 3rd place. Lefty Flick 21 in 2nd. Your winner with 1,245 points, Ivan Marmota. So that was the 2026 PDGA Champions Cup. That was the weekend of the 11th and 12th. There was one other event. We'll get to that in a bit because I want to make Randy sweat. Randy, did you play Prospect Dubs last week?
I did.
How'd that go?
Well, it was supposed to go perfectly. It's random draw out of chips out of a bag, and I got Adam Nelson. So without doing the math, I think we were the 2 highest rated players there, and people immediately were like, that's silly, and you guys better shoot 19 down. That was said right to us. And guess what? A lot of pressure. We didn't shoot 19 down. We, in fact, shot 1 down through our first 8 holes, maybe. Oh, I got a super splash out ace run on 15, hit all the chains and just blew out the left side. And then, so we took the birdie, and then we got an eagle, and then we got 6 more birdies. And then we still just only shot 9 down because we did all of our scoring on 10 holes. So super fun, but we still didn't win even with that attempted comeback run.
Evan,
I got paired up with Pete Fitzsisti, which is definitely a good time. I told him right off the bat that it was coming right off of New England finals, and I kind of left it all out there in Massachusetts, so low expectations. And he said, "Oh man, I was hoping to win $100." And then we just kind of quietly went out and shot 13 down, bogey free. I knew we were scoring, but I didn't really know the scores until the last hole. And he said, "You want the good news or the bad news?" And I said, "What's the good news?" He said, "If we bogey, we're still going to win." I said, "Okay, what's the bad news?" He said, "We might lose some friends by how well we did." So 13 down, took it down. It was a good time. We got to play with Kyle Moore and Riley C., who I think was my partner the week before, throws really far left-handed.
Does he have a brother named Joe?
That could explain a lot.
It didn't come up, but still in the getting to know you phase. So, so we beat Pete Cornish by 2 strokes. Looks like he was Cali, and 3-way tie at third.
And beat Randy by like 12 strokes or something like that.
Yeah, as I also recall, Randy said he and Adam had a slow start and then came on strong late, but not enough.
Never enough.
Never enough. Sometimes it's enough.
Yeah. We were looking at the scores on the last hole and we realized like if we aced, we might tie for the lead. And so we both gave it legit ace runs because it was like one of the shortest holes, but that resulted in a par because we went down the hill after. So we didn't come close to winning actually.
All right. Gunks doubles on Monday. There was a tie for first between Billy Buckner and John Cronin and Steve Rush and Phil Frigale. They both shot -4. Week 2 of SPAC Dubs, presented by 80K Discs. Looks like Rick Steeler won, either as Cali or with a partner who doesn't have U-Disc, shooting -15, beating Cody Kanine and Jamin Totino by 1 stroke. Also on Tuesday, Skylands had their dubs. Looks like a tie for second, Brandon Lockhart and Peter Newland, and Elijah Morgan and Paul Runke. They both shot -10, but your winners, Arson and Steve Brinster, shot -12. So on Tuesday, Corey, how did J-Dub's Points Championship week 4, if I'm correct? How'd that go?
It was week 4, yeah. It was rough weather in the forecast. They were calling for potential thunderstorms and rain. Not until league would start, and it was supposed to wrap up when league ended. We got lucky in that we did dodge all the lightning, but it was cold. Unless I'm getting that mixed up with another week. Either way, we had 18 people show up. We were playing Jay South. Tyler Gannon showed up, who is my most recent move to A pool. Now that he's 930 rated, we're going to put him on a little bit of a probation period and see if I have to use my discretion to move him back to B pool. But for now, he's an A pool player. Worked out pretty well for him because he still got paired up with Josh Lee. I think I paid out 3 spots. Tyler Gannon and Josh Lee came in third with a 6 down. Danny Parton and Justin Muccelli came in second with a 7 down. But Harry Lehman and Tim Goyette popped off with a sweltering 11 down, even with 2 bogeys on hole 6 and hole 36 for first place. They also nailed the birdie bank, which had been really piling up. I don't think anyone hit it at all yet this year, for another, I think, $62. So as a team, they collected $100. Brian Bickersmith took the cash CTP on hole 6. I think he put it to about, it wasn't even that close, maybe 40 feet. And Tyler Gannon won the free CP on hole 10.
So, Tim, are your shoulders still tired? I imagine Harry's extra heavy because he's got like tools and shit in his pockets.
Oh, he had his full work belt on and everything. Yeah, it was really heavy.
But how was it though? I mean,
the round was awesome. I mean, Harry and I, we started on hole 3, so we started in the woods, and we were kind of talking like if we start off with like 1 down, that's kind of where you want to be with the back 9. You want to come out even or 1 down with those 3, 4, 5, 6 because they're tough holes. And we were 3 down through 3. And it was pretty awesome. Like Harry was nailing lines. I was making putts or I made good up shots. It was a lot of ham and egg. And then we got to hole 6 and we took a bogey, like Corey said. So that kind of dampened our mood. And then we missed 7, but then got 8, 9, missed 10, got 11, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, got a bogey on 36, parred 1, and then birdied 2 to end our round. So we just kind of hit a heater, and it was a lot of back and forth. Like if he hit the drive, I'd hit the putt. If I hit the drive, he hit the putt. So it was a really, really awesome round, and it was nice to be able to hit that birdie bank and take a little extra cash home.
Yeah, I kind of forgot you guys started on hole 3. So to start with a birdie on hole 3 and then to finish with a birdie on hole 2, that was 2 of the 4 birdie bank holes you had to get.
Yeah.
So that was definitely worth it.
Yeah. That hole, it was, I don't think I've seen, because I played with Joe J and Dustin Burton, and on that hole, Dustin started off and put it right to the mouth of the second fairway, and we're all just like, oh crap, no one's gonna be able to keep up with that. And then Harry put it maybe 15 feet behind him, so that was pretty awesome. We both started with really great drives, and I think we both got birdies on that hole. So it was a good start to the round.
Nice.
So with that, Justin, I can't remember if he was leading the league before, but he's now got a 10-point lead over Brian Bickersmith in second place, and Harry Lehman jumped up a few spots to third place at 51.
Yeah, I don't think Justin was, because I've been making a mental note when you say it, like, oh, okay, because he's back-to-back champs, so
Yep.
he's the Dodgers of this year, so he's my litmus test to see if a three-peat can happen.
And I heard that Brian will not be there for week 5, so I'm hoping 40 people show up and Justin comes in dead last.
All right. We just glazed over the fact that, weren't you and Corey J-Dub's partners?
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Because it was Brian Dubois and Denis Daly. That was J-Dubs.
Oh, that was
Our
fantastic. That was so good. Corey said Dennis's name as Denis after saying Brian Dubois, and Dennis had no idea who he was calling out. He just goes, "Did you forget me?" And Corey just looks at him like, "Did you not hear me just call your
we
name?"
all knew exactly.
Yeah, everyone
that,
knew.
Except for Denis.
Yeah.
And actually, Denis was my partner tonight at Prospect Dubs.
Spoilers.
I don't know if we want to talk about that.
We're not
there
yet.
chronologically yet.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
I did forget that me and Evan played together, though, and I probably didn't mention it because we kind of sucked ass.
It wasn't our best showing, but we had fun.
What, 5th place?
Yeah, I think other than it rained a little bit, it was kind of windy out. But
Yeah, it was just like a lot of ham and ham.
And it wasn't chilly enough to cancel, so there's that.
no, hopefully those days are behind us.
Mm.
Unless it's like, a 50-degree day in July. We're not used to it.
Wilcox Tuesday tags. Looks like Adam Babbitt came in 3rd, Nick Warren in 2nd, and Kevin Parsons is your winner, shot a -1. Wilcox Tuesday dubs week 4. Jackson Quinn and Andy Ziemans came in 3rd place, shooting a -11. Scott Mosier and Liam Doyle in 2nd at -13. But your winners, Max Horowitz and John Tamburino, shot -15. Kisco Tuesday dubs had 7 participants out for a very warm and slightly breezy round. They played Kisco shorts plus 4 and 5 long. Simon Ramon and Andrew Fishkin shot a -3 for 2nd place, and Robert Worrell and Patrick Rowan won it, shooting -10. And it looks like Sean Ryan got an ace on hole 17. Then on Wednesday, we got Stony Kill Random Dubs. I think I heard from Alex, since he's not feeling well, but he said Stony Kill Dubs was unremarkable. Yeah, because he's not in the top 3. But Denis Daly and Brett Racine won it at -13. Beat Jeff Egan and Gary Wood by 4 strokes. And then the 3-way tie for 3rd. Joe, I didn't see it. You didn't play Shen Creek Dubs, did you, this past week?
I did not. Ended up going to comedy show.
Okay.
Was it funny?
Most of it.
Oh, damn. Someone said a bad joke.
Finding parking wasn't. That was a pain in the ass, but the show itself was great.
Who'd you go see? Anybody we'd know?
Yep.
Okay.
For the life of me, think of who it was right now.
Terrible.
My girlfriend got free tickets through work and threw it out there, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll go."
Dane
Definitely
Cook.
know who he was.
Pat,
Dane
never
Cook.
ask yes or no questions. Dude, if it was Dane Cook, those tickets must have been free.
Yeah, right.
You got him for free.
Were you looking it up, or do you just want to skip ahead?
Well, I'm looking it up. Just give me a second.
No, that's cool. I just
No, we
Bro,
cannot
couldn't get in
proceed
without
until we know.
I need to know who it is.
Jim Finnegan.
Oh, that guy.
not Gaffigan.
Gaffigan. There we go.
Oh my God, you
Oh,
saw
wow.
Jim Gaffigan?
And you didn't
Jim
remember
Gaffigan
who
was
he
great.
was?
Yeah.
Isn't that the Hot Pockets guy?
You got it.
Is he still doing that bit?
He didn't do the bit. He does occasionally bring it up in his stand-ups just because, it gets a response out of the audience. But he talked about getting old and parenthood and all sorts of stuff that his older audience relates to.
Nice.
So yeah, I skipped out on League for that. That was definite yep, I'll do that.
I mean, they're no Uncrustables, but Hot Pockets are good too.
Yeah, and we had a box seat too, which was great. Free drinks and wings.
Nice. Shen Creek Dubs. Looks like Jeff Wachowski and Dave Hudson came in 3rd place. Pete Cornish and Bobby Hallam 2nd, got 19 points, and Jack Fruchter and Cody Miller are your winners with 21 points. So far in the season, Jeff Wachowski in 5th place with 69 points, nice. Cody Miller in 4th at 73. Cody Canine in 3rd with 94 points. Bobby Hallam in 2nd with 95. And your leader through 5 weeks, Jack Fruchter with 101 points. All right, so then on Thursday, we had OKDGC Dubs. Had 7 players. Travis Bashore and Dustin Bolduck tied Alex playing Cali at -8, and they won it in a CTP playoff. They played front 9 golds and then reds. Disc Week Club looks like Mark Damey came in 3rd place, Isaiah Mercer in 2nd, and John Furman your winner. Points-wise, top 5 looks like Jim Robertson is in 5th place with 26.5 points. Jim Burns in 4th with 27.5. Greg Kurtz in 3rd place with 28 points. Mark Stryker in 2nd with 29 points. And your leader with 32.5 points, John Furman. CPS Thursday Dubs Week 2, Nick Cunningham and Jeremy Forehand Florida Man Millian came in 2nd place, shot a -14, but your winners, shooting -15, Jay Gorsage and Josh Lee.
We did do an impromptu Legends of Chains up in Glens Falls at Crandall on Thursday last week.
What's that?
Legends of Chains?
Yeah.
Sounds like a D&D style disc golf
Mhm.
round.
Kind of, yeah. You get a deck of cards that have different characters. The characters have different powers.
Wait, I was just kidding.
Were you the purple parrots?
Silver monkeys.
No, it's actually
the red dragons.
Very cool, though. Each character has different powers, and you can use them against the guys you're playing against, or for yourself. You get rethrows or make people throw backhands instead of forehands and left-handed instead of right-handed. It's just a fun way to kind of mix it up and play a fun round instead of keeping score of, playing normal. It just, there's some crazy stuff you have to do. Rollers and, you have 25 seconds to get to your second throw and put it out. All sorts of crazy stuff.
Kind of like Ripped.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, you have like a full deck of cards of all these different, characters or whatever, heroes, call it. But yeah, Charles Carpenter won. I got second. I'm not sure who we got third. But we had 7 mob golf. We may do that on Thursdays, every other Thursday.
Thank you. All right. Then on Friday, Skylands has their Friday Handicap League. Was won by Scott Spellman. Beat Tony Forder by 1 stroke, shooting a -3. SPW Dubs League, there was a tie for first place with -9 between Dustin and Dan Perry. They tied Ryan Yadow and Lenny Rabune. You did play Cranmore Dubs League, though, on Friday, didn't you, Joe?
I did. Yeah, it was actually a nice day for it. Pretty good turnout. We had 9 people, I think. Cody Conine and Hans Huntsberger took it down. I couldn't stay the whole time. I was meeting my girlfriend at a specific time, and we ended up having a 6'em on our card. So we got about 5 holes from finishing, and everybody else was done, and I reached my I have to go now time. And John Johnson finished it out for us and tied for second up against Logan and Eamon. So I was pretty happy when I got home and looked. He finished it out pretty strong for us, which was nice.
How's that work? Does he finish it out Cali, or does he have to play just straight up singles?
He finished out Cali. It was kind of funny because we had Jacob Bethel and his girlfriend showed up after like 3 holes. So he played Cali for the first 3 holes, and then she hopped on and joined him as a partner. And then on the tail end, John lost to me and continued on with Cali. Yeah, it was a free week, so nobody really cared too much about payouts or anything being affected by it.
Nice. And then on to the weekend. Skylands had a monthly at Campcaw. Brian Heller posted, huge thanks to the 14 brave souls who came out to play the Skylands April monthly at Campcaw today. Battling through chilly temps, wind and rain, and classic unpredictable spring weather, you all brought the energy and made it a great round anyway. Tough conditions, tougher players. Appreciate you all showing up and making it happen. Looks like Anthony Halou won the C pool, Mark Best won the B pool, and Eli Morgan is your A pool winner, shot a 55. Next monthly is May 17th at Wolf Woods. Also May 7th at 5:30, Skylands Ladies Night at Buzzies. Wedge also had their monthly, I believe it was at Kisco. It looks like Andrew Fishkin won the C pool, Simon Ramon won the B pool, and there was a tie in the A pool between Patrick Rowan and Matt Parslow. They both shot +2. Not sure if there was a tiebreaker. What happened to Dove Creek League this week? That was supposed to be on Sunday?
Yeah, so we were thinking about it. We were all exhausted, I can tell you. There's 3 of us that are kind of committed to running the league. Me, Sean, and Chris Wilson. Everybody was just exhausted from all the work we had put in the 2 weeks for the tournament. And the weather looked pretty gross, so I think it was a unanimous cancellation of the league.
Who's the voice of God? Who's the Dove Creek Facebook page runner?
Sean and I share that page, but I would say 90% of what you see is mine.
You can tell when it's Terry because it's a lot of y'all.
I do say y'all a lot. Wow.
Yeah, it's endearing, but that's how I know it's you.
The reason I say y'all or I say folks a lot is because one time waiting tables at Chili's in Clarence and Buffalo, I got yelled at for saying guys to a group that included women, and they were none too pleased with that. I learned my lesson, and from now on, I say folks or y'all.
I resonate with you there, Terry. You just can't win sometimes. It's like dudes. I'll walk up to a table of females and be like, "What's up, dudes?" Dudes is kind of asexual, isn't it?
At this point, I think so. My 9-year-old daughter and I call each other dude.
Or bras.
I've heard that's a young daughter thing, though. Like calling their dads like dudes. What's up, dude?
Dude is actually a job title, so it is
What?
non-gendered.
Yeah, you're going to have to explain that.
Hey, dude.
What is a dude?
Dudes were people, this is a deep cut. Dudes were people that went to, I believe, Nevada to work on farms for just a short enough period of time to be considered a resident, and then they could get a divorce without having to go through like certain legal hoops. It was this whole thing. Yeah.
So that's why it was called Hey Dude.
Dude ranches were literally just legal loopholes for people.
So all the people who worked on the ranch at Hey Dude were just going there to get married?
It was a scheme.
It was, yeah, basically.
Was our childhood a lie? The whole Hey Dude was a scheme?
It was at least based on a scheme, yeah. So yeah, dude is just somebody who works on a farm, really.
Yeah, they say you can't learn anything here.
No, you still haven't.
Who says that? They're right. But on Saturday, April 18th in Amsterdam, New York, we had the Wing It and Sling It Open at Dove Creek. Tournament Director Terry Hudson with 69 players.
Nice.
A lot of divisions. Some tournament directors worry like they want to like combine divisions. Did you have any thoughts like that?
No. So this tournament, I wanted it to be accessible to everyone. So if there was a junior that wanted to play, they would have been able to play. I just wanted people to play, right? Mm-hmm. So I would have offered whatever division you asked me to play in.
I mean, there's only one that's a solo. Almost everybody has competition. So
yep.
I just got to make sure that Evan or Tim aren't in MA3. I don't see them. So MA3, Mixed Amateur 3 division, looks like Will Cable won that, beat Matt Beaver.
So Will Cable is in Course OG. So he was with me the night before when we were doing some last minute cleanup of the course to make it look nice for the tournament. He's been there since pretty much day one helping. He's our course mule. He's an arborist and he cuts and moves trees for a living. So he has been indispensable with that course, with all the trees that we have there. So I am very glad that he won. This was, I think, his first PDGA tournament too.
And he beat a guy called Beaver, and he cuts trees. Come on.
Yep.
FA2, Women's Amateur 2, Krista Kovac, CK as the kids call her, won that, beat Martha Aday. MA2, I see Eric Struna in there, Peter Fitzsisti, Brennan Klein tied for fourth with Patrick Jeffries, Ross O'Toole in third, Mike Warner of the Highland Mike Warners in second, and Andrew DeSalvi shot even par to win MA2.
So actually, Andrew DeSalvi is a localish player too. His dad Vic lives in Amsterdam and helped when we were building the front nine. Helped a lot during that. And so Andrew, when he does play, he usually plays like the Burbines of the world and the kind of the more Western tournaments. So it was good to see another localish person take down an event there.
So you would say he's been out there visiting Montgomery County?
Oh, he has. He lives in Cobleskill, but I don't know. Is that in Montgomery County?
Not a big county guy, so I couldn't tell you. I know what counties Schenectady and Albany are in.
Schoharie County.
Schoharie. Close enough. The county next door.
And Mike Warner, second place finished. He might be having to move up in a year out of this MA2 division. Right, Evan? Wasn't he like fifth place last week in something? Or
yeah, he did really well at Fool's Fest. Yeah, Mike kills it.
He's been killing it a lot lately.
FA 50, the Women's Amateur 50 division, looks like Carletta Darling beat Millie Smith. MA 50, there's Ron British Tire. But it looks like Robert Virginia, no relation to Robert California, beat Jamie Borge to win that division.
Ron Tire, unfortunately, had to drop because he was just in the hospital like a week before with double pneumonia. So I'm so happy that he came out to play.
I actually played with him once, I think at J Park, maybe the 27 or something.
Probably.
Yeah. Jennifer Park won the FA 40, Women's Amateur 40 division. And it looks like, Terry, you're the only one here who played MA 40. How'd that go?
It went well. I was told I was crazy, and I felt crazy playing in my own tournament. I had a call on the Friday before the tournament with event support, and I spoke to Alan. Can't think of his last name, but Alan is the guy. If you take the TD training, he's the guy that actually is in the video doing the TD training. And he basically said, "Oh, you're playing in it?" And I said, "Yeah, everyone's telling me I'm a little nuts for playing in it." And he said, "Well, you know what they say? People who play in their tournaments, they're usually bad TDs or worse players." I just was like, okay, this is going to be great. But I don't know what happened out there. I mean, designing and understanding the course is definitely a decided advantage over people who have never played before. But I threw really well. I had some of the best shots I've ever had. I had a shot on 12, which is a long par 5 where I was halfway up the hill, which I had never done before. That's a bomb shot to be there. I guess I was like the second best drive, Kevin said. Kevin Kroenke spotted on 12 for us, so thank you, Kevin. He also hid my disc as a joke when we walked up there, because we're looking for my disc and we can't find it. And he's like, "Oh, I buried it. It's over here." And it took us like almost the full 3 minutes to figure out where he hid the disc. I told him that I was not leaving until we found that disc because it was such a good shot.
And I sponsored this episode using his name. Kevin.
No, I appreciate having him there. He definitely helped speed up the back there. But yeah, I had a okay first round. My first round was actually going quite well until hole 18, which is not a hard hole, ate me up. It's an island green. It went OB off the tee, didn't quite make it. Went to the drop zone, missed, and then missed my upshot, and then made my shot for 5. So I lost a whole bunch of strokes to Aaron Holtby, who was breathing down my neck, who started off pretty bad, but then found it about 3/4 of the way through the round. We ended up with a +6, tied for 3rd after the round 1. Then round 2, I had a lot working for me and ended up shooting a +1, which was a really good round for me there. I still want to shoot even. I think even is like a really, really, really good score there. And I think on the day, if you shot even, it wound up being like a 940 rated round.
Andrew DeSalvi looks like he shot even for the day, at least in the lower divisions. I was going to ask, is there just the one layout?
Yeah, just one layout. So everybody played on the layout. So I think it was a good litmus test for everybody. And you could see the scores were all over the place.
I mean, even yours, you shot 5 strokes better in round 2.
Yep. And then you look at somebody like Kyle Hirsch, he shot 4 strokes worse in round 2. Thanks to everybody in my division who was very patient with me as I'm constantly checking my phone and making sure that no one is getting a hold of me. That was something that I'm surprised I threw as well with that level of focus. I wear a watch, so every like vibration in my hand, I would have all these phantom vibrations that someone was trying to get a hold of me. So I was definitely a little distracted. So thanks to everybody in MA40 for sticking with me.
I know exactly what you mean. I think it's actually sciatica. I'm not good with the math like Corey, but it looks like you shot over your rating if you combine them. A little under in the first round, more over in the second than you were under, I think. So a net positive.
913 average.
Oh, 913, yeah. So solidly above your rating.
I mean, I was happy with the rating. That one round, the second round, and of course I'm looking at Disc Golf Scene, which doesn't have the round ratings on it. But the second round I felt really good. So it was really nice leaving with like a 930 to 940 rated round. The first round, it just was like 2 holes and 2 easy holes that really ate me up. So overall, I played above my rating. I can't be upset.
Yeah. And for any holes you had a problem with, just blame the designer.
Correct.
You know,
everyone kept giving me shit saying it was a lefty friendly course. I just don't see it that way.
Well, there's at least one person here who also played, and I'm sure he'll have an opinion on that when we get there. But yeah, so you ended up winning the division, Aaron Holtby in second, and Steve Marshall a stroke behind him. Pretty competitive MA40 division, 4 strokes between second place and 5th.
Even in the 5th place, Sean, who's the other course designer, he just got kind of boned all day. I think we watched him birdogey a hole where he was 15 feet away. He had to step out around a tree, but he hit the chains on the one side of the basket, went 15 feet past, and then on his putt back, hit the chains on the other side of his basket, and ended up birdogey in a hole he had no business birdogey. And so he was right there the whole time too. And he, I think, had a +2 second round.
All right. So you won the MA40 division. FA1, Women's Amateur 1, Alexis White beat Marcia Fox. So she didn't get 124. Marcia didn't. MA1 looks like a 3-way tie for second between Denny Daly, Tyler the Cannon Gannon, and Justin Hickok, all at +1, and Trevor Klein. Any relation to Brandon and Kenji? Shot a -2?
None
whatsoever? All right.
Nope.
In the MP40 division, that's a solid 10 players in the MP40 division. 4 players under par. Well, actually, 6 even par or better. Benjamin Dykman and Daniel Eigner shot even. Danny White and Miguel Thomas shot -1. Jay Gorsage, the Tower of Power, in second, shot -3. And Edward Ziegenfuss shot -5 to win it.
He's a Rochester player, so he came all the way from Rochester to play in this tournament.
Did you talk to him at all?
Yeah, a little bit. other than shaking his hand and giving him his trophy, he came in and thanked me for running a great event. He loved the course. I think he'll be back, but it was nice to see people coming from so far away. I know we had some kind of Binghamton area players as well that came up, which is exactly what the goal was when we wanted to put this tournament on, because, you know, you have a county that is so great and that gives so much to disc golf, that bringing people to the area to, you know, participate in Wing Fest, to go visit the local businesses and get lunches is the least we could do. I mean, that's part of the partnership between community disc golf courses and the local area. So I was very happy to see people coming in from that far away.
Absolutely. FPO division.
Wait, Pat, did you check who finished in last place in FP4?
Oh, wow. I zipped right through there. I'm sorry. You know what? I actually looked through it.
I know it's a weird division for me. I know.
That's what it was. No, MA40. I looked for you. And so you played, I'm sorry, Tim, you played MP40. How'd that go?
It was good. Honestly, I said on the podcast earlier, it might have been last year, I thought about stepping up to MP40 this year. So I figured this was the course to do it because I've played the front nine a bunch. It's not too long. It's, you know, it's just hitting lines. And the first round was just a bunch of missed putts. Played really well, but just either was hitting chains and it was coming out. Hole 6 got me. I had a par putt for 30 feet and hit one chain. It stood my disc straight up vertically. It rolled. Hole 6 has a downhill green with OB, I don't know, 20 feet behind it, and then a giant hill that goes down to the green of hole 11. And because the disc stood straight up vertical, it went down that hill, and I ended up taking a 5 instead of a par. So that was fun. But other than that, like I said, a good round. I played with Benjamin Dykman, Greg Kurtz, and Josh Lee got to be a MP40 guy this weekend. He played first round and second round with an MP40 card.
What's up with that, Terry?
It was just me not knowing what the heck I was doing. I got a lot of help both before and after the tournament and during the tournament. I used Mike Schwartz as kind of my TD, my Tournament Central, my event support, if you will. And so I asked him, well, what should I do with cards? And this was the day before. And he was like, just let them auto-populate, especially for the first round. Make some minor adjustments, but just let them be. And so I did make some minor adjustments. There were a few that I had to make, and I think some of them just threw a lot of the divisions out of whack. And I think one of the ones, I actually put Josh Lee, I think, with the MP40 because I knew he could play with the MP40 folks.
What division did he actually play?
He played MA1, so it's very close.
Absolutely.
MA1 had 7 players, and we had almost a full tournament, so there was going to be mixed cards.
How old is Josh Lee?
Not 40.
Definitely not 40.
Is he 30?
Not quite. Yeah, he's older than he looks, I think.
Yeah, I think he's like 35, 36, somewhere in that range. I don't know, somewhere in there.
I would have guessed early 20s.
He's like Randy. Might as well be 40. We'll just pretend.
Yeah, we can just throw him in. I mean, he played with the 40 guys, and not only that, he was a blast to play with the first round, so he always is. He vibed with everybody. I've never played with Benjamin Dykman before, but he's a chill dude. Just, you know, throws sweet lines and can just get along with everybody. And then Greg is, I mean, everybody knows Greg. So that was a very fun card. Like I said, I threw well, just couldn't putt very well. And, you know, ended the round +5, which put me second to last, I think. But I think one of the nice things about stepping up in a division like I did, I had 0 expectations. So I knew I wasn't going to be as good as some of the guys, but just wanted to have good time, play with a lot of fun people. So it was an experience. Second round, I played so much better the first 9 holes. So I started on hole 11 this time. Oh, actually, I'm going to back up to round 1. On hole 11, I hit a tree on a forehand that was behind me. So it wasn't even out of my hand yet on a forehand. So the disc went maybe 4 feet in front of me. That kind of sucked. So I think I took a bogey because I had a great next up shot from there. So I wanted to get revenge. We were starting on that hole right off the bat, and I had a better drive. I had another bad up shot, but then had a great, I think I had like a 60-foot putt that I made to keep par. So that was a great way to start the round.
On 11?
Yeah, on 11.
Well, that's a tough basket placement to make a 60-foot putt. That's some danger.
I figured that's what I figured going at it. I was like, and then I was short, so yeah, you're right. There's 15 feet behind it. There's a creek.
Yeah.
So I just went right at it. It might have been a little shorter than that. It might have been like 50 feet, but it was 50 to 60 feet, somewhere in that range, and just hearted it. So that was awesome. Hole 12, like Terry, I think I was at the base of the hill right before where it goes over. So if Terry was up on the hill, I was probably maybe 15, 20 feet behind that.
It's a good shot.
It felt great. Second round, I played with Brian Bickersmith, Joe J, and Adam Keller, who was playing MPO. So it was the 3 MP40 guys and 1 MPO guy. And Adam Keller, he almost got to the top of the hill. He honestly, Terry, I don't know if Kevin was lying to you, but I don't know how much higher he.
Kevin said that he was just about at the top of the hill. He
Yeah.
was the farthest.
His drive was insane. But anyway, carrying on with hole 12. I had a great upshot. I had probably a 45-foot putt for birdie that I caged. So took a par there. That felt good. And then coming out, I won't go through all of it, but the whole back 9, which is the harder 9 holes, we started 11, so there's 8 of them. I came out of there 1 down, which was feeling really, really good. So I thought, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to be able to bounce back and have a good second round because now I'm 1 down already, going into the easier part of the course. And I ran into hole 2, and I took a 7 on hole 2. I threw probably a pretty lazy upshot, hit a tree, and just sailed all the way down the hill out of bounds, back towards the tee of 3. And that kind of derailed me a bit. So I went from being even par because I took a bogey on hole 1 with a dumb putt to being +4. And it just, I needed a minute on the tee of 3 to like try to recompose myself. And I kind of did for a little bit, but then the basket started to hate me and I was hitting a lot of chains and it was falling out. I think Corey and I were talking about hole 7, which is, I don't know, how far is it, Terry? Like 120 feet?
Like 170 downhill.
Yeah, it's like 160, 170, but it's really downhill.
Yeah, it's like the inverse of hole 5 at Stony Hill. You're standing at the basket and you're throwing at the tee. And there's a creek right behind it, so you go to bounds. So I threw an shot perfect right at it was a great layup. I was probably 15 feet from the basket. Again, hit what I thought was enough chains for it to stick in. And it did not stick in, and it flopped down on the ground, stood up, rolled, and literally fell out of bounds by less than an inch. So when I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, I think I'm in bounds by a little bit of my disc, looking at it from up on top of the hill. And Adam's down there, and he goes, you're out. And then I came down and looked, and sure enough, I was out by, I don't even know if it was an inch. So I went from a birdie to a bogey right there on that. And then from there, it was just, throw good shots, be happy, and leave. But yeah, hole 10 was our ending hole. And that hole, Terry, I think is probably the worst hole on that course.
I birdied it. I was pretty happy with that hole.
Sure. It's because it's a lefty. It's a lefty hole. It's a lefty hyzer. That's a tough hole to end on. It's a tough hole to start on, not to foreshadow for Corey. That hole killed me and kind of put a damper on the rest of what I thought was a pretty decent round, minus 2 putts in hole 2. But yeah, like I said, MP40 was an experience. I won't do it for Mind Kill because there's no way I get into an MP40 at Mind Kill because of the A tier. But I will probably play majority of tournaments MP40 because I want to learn, get better. And the crew is, MA40 is fun. MP40 is just as good, if not better, with some of the guys that you learn from and you play with. And, you get a different experience with everybody. Good tournament.
Minus maybe Bickersmith. But other than that.
Oh, what are you talking about? I love Brian. I can't let you do that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Basically, first round, you played your rating.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a round and a half.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a round and a half of good golf and 4 missed putts in the first round and just hole 2 and 2 putts. If hole 2, if I walked away with that with a par, I would feel so much different about this tournament than I do right now. So it is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah, disc golf.
Yeah, right. That's disc golf.
All right. Now we'll move on to the FPO, Women's Pro Open Division. Looks like Caitlin Clay managed to beat Amber Stout to win there. And then the MPO division, Corey Cook, I see. Had you played this course before, Corey?
Went out there Sunday after New England Team Challenge Finals to get a look at it for the first time.
What did you think?
Yeah, a lot of OB. Front 9 is definitely, like, on average, like the easier layout, or I guess the more birdieable. Might not be the more scoreable as far as separation, but definitely on average easier to get birdies on.
Did you try to spin the windmill?
Not forcefully, but I did touch it.
No, that's
actually more so to see if you could hit the, would you call them veins? What would you call it?
The panes?
Panes, veins, the wings.
The propellers?
The propellers. We were curious if you could hit the propellers and still make it in the basket. Like, where would you have to be to like be able to hit the props and still go in? It is possible. It'd be interesting.
We cut those much shorter than they originally showed up, just so that it wouldn't be overhanging the basket. So we made sure that it was like right at the edge of the chains.
Yeah, like more so like a weird like bank shot. Like, could you like whiff your putt and then still maybe make?
Well, like you did last week, hole 17, was it?
Wait, what did I do?
Didn't you like whiff your putt on hole 17 last week?
Thanks for reminding him. And
Oh.
that's yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That was great.
Yeah, oh yeah, I whiffed it hard. I forgot about
I'm
that.
sorry.
I keep trying.
Would that have gone in with a propeller?
Oh, hell no. That thing was floating like a butterfly off to the, I don't know. That thing was
a basket
gone.
high over the basket.
Yeah, it was.
It's definitely a lovely friendly course, but I wouldn't say it's like overpowering. Although I do throw a lot of forehand, but not every hole. There's definitely holes that a pure lefty would still kind of struggle on. So going into it, I kind of figured, I was saying that like you could easily go even or 10 down. And kind of after playing it, I probably should have said more like the guys that played open at least. You could easily have gone 2 over, 4 over as well. But so I was shooting to go at least 6. Terry had to start on the back 9 of the course, the harder part of the course, and I was just struggling. I think through the first 6 holes, I was 3 over with no birdies. Played with Kyle Hirsch, Adam Nelson, and Troy Vasari. Kyle was lighting it up. He was hitting like ton of good putts. Adam was kind of going back and forth, and Troy was just parring. He was saving good pars. So we all were kind of having different rounds. We get to the front 9, and Kyle's still kind of crushing. I've managed to take less bogeys, but still not get any birdies. Troy flipped his script and got a bunch of birdies together. Also, at the last few holes, I'm like, I don't want to be the 5th man out. I was trying to stay with like the lead card. I think with like 3 holes to go, Adam Keller was 1 down and I was like 1 over. So in those last few holes of our round, I was able to just squeak him out by 1 stroke, stay on lead card, finishing at 1 down, which afterwards I felt like it was going to be absolutely garbage. And then once the ratings come in, I'm assuming because, the OB and the woods and stuff, 1 down was actually 958 rated. I thought for sure I just threw like a 910 round. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised by that. It was a bit windy out, and it was actually kind of too warm.
Don't you dare say that.
Dude, my hands start getting clammy at 50 degrees. I almost forgot to mention, I actually got sunburn on the top of my knees, I think, from like hanging out on lunch in my camp chair. Yeah, so round 2, got to stay with the same card. Kyle, Adam, and Troy started on the same hole, except this time I was popping off. I saved a par on 10 this time to avoid the bogey, and then from there I got 2 turkeys, getting holes 12 through 14 and 16 through 18. So I'm automatically feeling way better about my round. I kind of had goals of like trying to go bogey or OB free, really the whole tournament, but at least one of the rounds. Fortunately, I was able to do it either of the round. So at this point, I'm kind of chasing Kyle down a little bit. I think I've probably closed the gap in by, well, he was beating me by 8. I cut it in half after like the first 6 or 7 holes. Then we get to the front 9, and now it seems like the wind has picked up. It's gotten pretty breezy on these open holes, and even the wood on the front 9 still feels kind of exposed. And I personally started cooling off, but it was just the way Kyle putts and makes it look so easy from like any distance inside 60 is crazy. And in the wind too, he was just draining stuff. So there wasn't a single like awkward OB call, but there was a lot of interesting OB situations. What is it? Hole 3 is that downhill one with it kind of is like a flex backhand and has the creek that's partially OB.
Yes.
I think round 1, I hit a tree and came backwards, and I thought I was OB. I was kind of dejected. And then to find out that the creek bed actually isn't OB over there when you're short enough off the tee pad. And then I think it was Adam round 2 threw a shot that kind of like looked like he was about to check up just at the basket, and he actually slid just OB and underneath the bridge. So it took us a minute to find it, which he did right after Troy threw his shot that kind of got lucky on the inside, but was a beeline with the basket, and he got saved by one of the stakes on that hole on the backside.
How about hole 11 when we thought Kyle threw a mile out of bounds?
Oh, I didn't get there yet. Oh, actually, I guess I did kind of get.
All right.
I didn't skip that. So back up real quick. Hole 11. It's a par 4, creek on the left side. And the second part of the fairway, if you look to your right, is like the basket and the death cliff of hole 6. So Kyle throws this absolute piss missile of a forehand that looks to be getting probably within 100 feet of the basket, hits a tree, and we saw it kind of go left into the creek bed. When we get up there, Tim's card with like Brian and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, we saw that disc, it come rolling down and like near this log, and then they kept playing their hole 12. So we're kind of looking, we find Kyle's, and it's like not really near where we thought those guys would have saw it from. Whatever, we play the hole out. While we're crossing the bridge, go to hole 12, we see this random disc in the creek bed. And we thought, oh, maybe it was one of the cards ahead of us, like the cart ahead of Tim and Brian. Maybe it was one of those guys. So we pick it up. We actually give it to Kenji because he was right there spotting hole 6, and his dogs ran down the hill to the river for a drink. But we gave it to him. Whatever he can do with it, or bring it back. Shelf that story for a minute. So now we're finishing our round. I take 2 dumb bogeys, one on the hardest hole of the course, which is hole 6, which I'm gonna, if I had to guess, I would imagine that hole probably played at least a stroke or a stroke and a quarter over par with no birdie.
I parted twice.
Oh, so okay, round 1 it actually averaged 3.6, and round 2 it averaged 3.8, and no birdies. So I actually averaged a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be. And then hole 7, I basically did exactly what Tim did, which, I did the layup for the easy birdie and came up a bit short, and then just absolutely like wussed out my putt going downhill, missed the basket, and was OB by an inch to finish with a 6-down round, which me, Adam, and Troy, I don't know how serious they were about it, but I was trying to get them to do a blood pact where if it comes down to it, let's all just tie for second. That way I can continue my cast streak. Because if they break my cast streak, I'm going to be pissed.
Blood pact.
Yeah. At this time, they had 3 strokes on me. They both finished round 1 at 4 down, and I was 1 down. After that front 9, when I was kind of popping off, I'm like, oh shit, I could actually catch up to these guys. And then through our back 9, I had put a pretty significant lead on these guys. And before we get to the last hole, I'm like, so you guys don't mind if I break this blood pact, right? When I mentioned that, I figured we'd all be like 1 stroke away from each other, and like throwing a stroke might not be that big of a deal. But I'm not about to throw 4 strokes to pull you guys in. So yeah, didn't quite play good enough to try to reel Kyle in, but I was happy to shoot another 1,000 rated round this year. And after round 1, I was a bit, I don't want to say sour about, my play and some of the holes in the course. And I don't want to say that playing better round 2 kind of like flipped that script, but I think it's a fun course. I mean, hole 6, I think obviously that one is just tough to get to birdie rain. And a lot of the holes have OB close to the basket, but they're short holes. So kind of, you need some challenge to it. But I had a fun time playing it. It was a fun time playing with the same guys all day. Didn't have any issues. It seemed like, at least from the front end, Terry ran a great event and only heard of the 1 scorecard issue. That's just kind of a weird situation. But so then afterwards, we go out to have some chicken wings for the Wing Fest, and sitting at the bar with Kyle, Gorsage, and Brian. And Brian was like, yeah, so Kyle, how'd you even throw that forehand that got way up there? Like, we saw it like roll near the bridge. And we're like, Kyle didn't go near the bridge, though. He was like 100 feet short of the bridge. And Brian was like, you didn't throw like a clear disc? And we're like, no way, dude. No, that wasn't Kyle's shot. While we were playing hole 11, there were some guys on the bank of hole 6, like looking for a disc. And we never clicked at that point that like the shot they were looking for maybe was further down the hill. And I think they retreated back up to hole 6. So what had actually happened is while we were teeing off on hole 11, Brian and Tim saw a disc roll down from hole 6 across hole 11's fairway into the river and thought it was a drive from hole 11. So then when we got up there, we picked the disc up and assumed it was just some other guy's lost disc, not the guys 5 holes behind us. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. Luckily, it was an OB shot anyway, so it didn't really matter. But as far as like abandoning it or not, or picking it up or whatever, but
if these are unofficial results, can you still stroke Corey for?
It says they're official, I think, not by now. So,
and actually, that this was double OB. It was OB from the stakes behind hole 6's basket,
Yeah,
and then it went
OB
to the OB river and hole 11.
Yep, it was.
That's why we put the OB stakes in 6, because we know people that have gone down the hill on their drive or even on their upshot, and you can't be playing from another hole's fairway. So that's part of the reason we put in OB there. We've heard a lot of people say, wow, it's a lot of OB out there. And I agree, there is a lot of OB. I do think that our OB is, it seems like there's more OB, one, because it's marked with white stakes, which, like, if you go to a course and it's just creek OB, I don't think you realize it's there as much as you do when someone has, put a stake every 20 feet along the creek. But also, all of the OB was intentional for either safety or because it's near a creek. Like, literally, hole 2 is safety, hole 3 is creek, hole 6 is so you don't play in hole 11, hole 7 is creek, hole 10 is safety with a path, hole 11 is creek, hole 12 is creek, hole 13 is OB fence, and then also Mando for safety, and then OB right is because then you'd be playing in hole 12's fairway, so you can't do that. Hole 14 is the only one where I think we'll actually make a change after talking with Kyle. Hole 14, after the Mando, on the left side, OB is not needed. But if you go long for some strange reason, you could actually make yourself down into 12's fairway if it were to roll down there. And also, that's where the path from 12 to 13 kind of comes. So we kind of wanted the people to be at least cognizant of OB so they didn't try to overshoot it, you know? And the same thing with long. You didn't want to be in 15's fairway. So if 15 was Creek OB, 16 Creek's OB, and 18's Island Green. So I do think that, yes, there's a lot of OB. I think it looks like a lot of OB because of the stakes, but it's all intentional.
I think the OB is like overall fine. And I think the course overall is great. Just like any course, there's like maybe 2 holes that if it was a little bit more open, then it would change the holes from like a couple things were gone. It would change the hole from being kind of like, oh, I got to play this hole to like this hole is great. I also say that knowing that I'm a J Park defender. So I can always learn to and adapt to overcome.
To Corey's point, I think we know he's talking about hole 6. And Terry, I've told you, I think hole 6 could be one of the best holes in DisCap with like 1 or 2 more trees, because that fairway and that green are fantastic. The shape of it is just really awesome. There's just 1 or 2 extra trees, or cleaning up a little bit more of the right side, I think makes that hole incredible.
The right side is not where you're supposed to go.
Well, I know, but like, I'll be Jamin for a second on the pod. Like, the only way you're getting a look on that hole is with a perfect shot. And like anything that isn't perfect, you're punished on that hole.
And agreed. I actually talked to Adam Nelson after that, and he mentioned there's a bigger tree, and the reason we didn't cut it down is because it was big. Like it's probably 18 to 20 inches wide, but it's dead.
The one with the leaner on it?
The leaner, yeah. That one is probably the one that comes out next, and it's just that is a hard tree to take down for amateur tree putter downers. That's a very technical term. So we kind of left it there thinking, yes, you need a good shot. You know, when we first designed that hole, 1, it had more trees. And 2, that was when we were building the front 9, right? So you needed a hard hole. I mean, I wholly understand that the front 9 is made.
If you take out a tree or 2, I still don't think it's an easy hole. I think it's a better hole.
You've been spending way too much time with Jamin. If you said that in a different tone, well, actually a different voice.
Okay. Well, then so pretty much you're saying, okay, whatever. That's so the only other comment I have about hole 6 is I know you put those logs there before the OB was there to help like rollaways. I think either you got to move the OB on the other side of the logs, or you got to minimize them, because when you go OB, those logs are pretty much your meter in. Oh, yeah. Having to do it 2 rounds in a row, there is nowhere to stand if you
okay.
go out of bounds.
No, that's a really good point. And the reason we put them farther back than that was because that's really where the ground starts to slope off, right?
100%.
I didn't want somebody to jump over the logs and then you land a foot behind the logs and then you're pissed that you're OB, even though you're standing on the top of the hill, because you're going to get those people that are going to be doing that too. So we went back with the OB as far as we could to where if you did somehow hop over those logs and you were lucky enough to stay on top, you weren't OB.
I 100%. I'm just being there twice. Like there was nowhere to stand. So that's my feedback on that one.
I don't know where I've seen it before, and I don't know what the cost is. So instantly shoot this down. Oh, it was at Van Buren in Syracuse. They have a hole that has OB just behind the basket, and it's also like a cliff edge. They have like, I'm going to say a small picket fence, like a 2-foot high picket looking fence.
Like a little garden fence?
Yeah, like a little garden fence. And they use that instead of the logs, and it's also the OB line. So like, not only does it save discs from going back, you don't have that issue with like, do you put the OB line before the log or after the log? Just,
I like that idea. I didn't even think about that. And just so you guys know, like a week or 2 before the tournament, there was no OB on 6. So
okay. Here's my good feedback for you, Terry, is I haven't played 13 since you changed the OB. That is so much better.
Yeah, it is.
So much better. That is such a better hole now that the OB isn't as tight to the basket as it was before. So kudos to you guys for making those changes.
Also, the thing about having OB on hole 6 is it definitely will deter everybody at least a little bit from like actually overshooting the basket and going down the hill and ending up in 11th fairway.
You'd think that.
I said everybody at least a little bit. Some people more.
It looks like you had the hot round in the second round, though, Corey.
Yeah, no, it was all good.
You shot a 50. Looks like Kyle in round 1 shot a 47. Is that the current course record, or is there a better?
That is not. Who is Self Fusion? Is that you, Tim?
Gorsage.
Jay Gorsage.
Not me.
So actually, Jay owns the course record. August 10th, 2025, he shot a 46 on the full 18.
Okay.
But the 47 is good enough to be solo second.
And it's tournament record.
Yeah.
So that definitely nice to see a tournament where the reigning Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast FPO Player of the Year and the reigning Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast MPO Player of the Year win it.
Really well done, Terry, for your,
thank you.
first score.
There was also the incorporation of the Wingfest. Corey mentioned it briefly. Weren't there 2 baskets to be given away?
Yeah, so Montgomery County, again, greatest county for disc golf in upstate New York, hands down. If they could put a disc golf course in every park, they would do it. So big thanks to them. They put in 2 baskets, one for hole 18, which was the hole with the windmill, and the other for Wingfest. So nobody won, nobody aced 18. We did have 2 aces, Mike Thomas, hole 7, and Lenny Rabune, hole 1. So they split the ace pot, but no one aced hole 18. So we did a throw off. Kenji was hosting that while I was on phone with event support. And Greg Kurtz ended up taking down the basket. So he took down the whole 18 basket, which was very nice.
So there's a new hole at Porcupine Springs.
I was about to say, of all the guys that needs a basket.
So the event ran a little long because of the technical difficulties we had. Of course, my first event had to have a technical difficulty. It wouldn't be your first without one. But after we solved that, we pretty much said to everybody, just get a wing or 2. The original plan was to go to 4 different businesses and sample some wings, but there was just not enough time. I mean, it was like 4:30 by the time we went, maybe even 4:45 by the time we were totally done, and Wingfest closed at 6. So there just wasn't enough time for people to do that. So we all kind of either went to a couple places or went to Rockton House. It was the business that was supporting Wingfest and the title sponsor of Wingfest. We went there and they had wings and beers and everything for people to sample. So we did that, and Montgomery County was on site and they did tickets to everybody who was there. So if you competed and you were there and you had a wing, you got in the raffle. So the raffle was chosen at about 6:15, and that went to another person who has a lot of baskets, Jay Gorsage. But that's disc golf karma for Jay, for all that he's done with TC Whiteboard and the DGCTP app. So it was nice to see that happen, come to fruition.
And matchplay.net, that's,
It's oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, it's there. It's still there. The whole county was there? That's pretty cool.
It seems like it was. Yeah, the Visit Montgomery County, which is their rec department in Montgomery County.
Something I can't get my head around is you finished a tournament. How far are these places? Are they all walkable, like multiple places, or how far away are we looking at here?
From the course, no, you'd have to drive to different businesses, but usually around each business is probably 3 or 4 other ones that you could walk to. So you could drive to one grouping of businesses. The city of Amsterdam is not a big place, so you can pretty much drive anywhere on either side of the cities within 10 minutes. So, each place was within 10 minutes of where we were. And then you just drive there, sample some wings, and then ended up making it back to Rockton House. But we didn't want people to be rushed. And actually, by the time we got there, some places were running out of wings. So it's good that we weren't able to kind of make it, because there would have been no wings.
You mentioned a couple issues. What happened there?
Yeah, so I, like a first-time TD, screwed up the cards going out for the second round. So we had a 1 drop in between rounds. And essentially what I did was I let the PDGA software pick the cards. And so I looked them over. They looked good. They had changed a little bit. I had assumed because of divisions, and I screamed, cards up, so people could hear a check. So once people checked, some people, at least 1 or 2 competitors, noticed that some of the cards weren't all like lead cards. So like, for instance, the women's cards, they had 2 FA2 players, 2 FA1 players. I had 1 FA2 with a different card. So I didn't have both FA2 players on the one card. So, and then also even on MA40, we didn't have a full lead card. We had, I think Sean was up on card with Aaron and I because we played together the first round. So it didn't really like change it for me like I had anticipated. And so in between that time, with the help of Kenji, so thank God Kenji was there, he showed me how to edit the cards after the initial where I yelled out, hey, the cards are up. So what we surmised that happened is one of the competitors in the women's division immediately like looked at the card and clicked begin scoring. So when I changed the card, her card on her phone didn't change. So when they started playing, she noticed that she was the only person in that card that had the wrong name on it. Everybody else on their cards had the right name. And, you know, they just kind of went about scoring it. So in essence, what ended up happening from the scorecard when I'm looking at it and I'm seeing all the red numbers, which you never want to see as a TD, that means there's a whole bunch of issues, was there were 2 Alexis Whites that showed up. One on the original card and one on the second card that I moved her to in between when I said the cards were up and when I made the edits. And so that created a whole bunch of issues that I didn't know how to fix. Kenji, who was there, had never seen that before. So I had to get on the phone with the event support at the PDGA. And I want to tell you, if there is ever a reason to make your tournament PDGA, it's for event support. Oh, man, I called up event support, which is in Georgia. I talked to Alan, who is in California, and he sat with me on the phone for 30 minutes trying to figure out what happened. He had told me he had never seen that before, but he was able to eventually figure it out. I don't know what he did behind the scenes, but they're able to take kind of control of the tournament manager and kind of see what they think have happened. So that was really nice to have. A little nerve-wracking because, you know, hearing that the guy who did the training for PDGA had never seen it before is a little disconcerting when you're running your first tournament, but he was able to get it fixed. So he just had to delete, I think, Alexis from the other card. And once he did that, since all the other cards had closed, they were able to kind of overwrite it. So the correct person was then added to that card.
You should work for like the QA department somewhere. It seems like you have a knack for breaking shit.
Apparently. So first tournament, I didn't get my check from the PDGA from the connected payments or whatever it is, my payments. And I also had an error that nobody had ever seen before. So that's cool.
What happened with the connected payments?
So when you do the connected payments, it essentially lets either Disc Golf Scene or PDGA collect the payments for you, so you don't have to hold it in your own PayPal account. But in order to get the money, you have to request a check, and they say, well, the checks take 5 to 7 days to deliver. I ordered my check on April 9th, and I still don't have it. So if that's why any of the pros hasn't gotten their payouts by Monday, 9:17 p.m., it's because I am still waiting for some feedback from the PDGA on some liabilities, first of all, and where that money is. So
Gotcha. That's why you said you wouldn't be doing that again.
yeah, it's tough because they give you a 1099. I know if you do it on your own, and then you have to claim it on your taxes. And that's what I was trying to avoid was more stuff on my taxes, right? Who wants another 1099 to fill out when they do their tax time? So I still don't know if it's worth it or yet. I got to see. I did talk to Alan, and he said that they might be changing it. For A tiers, they actually do like EFTs to the bank accounts, which is like 2026. We could have done that like 4 years ago for all tournaments. I think they're going to expand it to B and C tiers maybe later this year because it just makes sense rather than cutting a check, just wire the person's bank account with the money. I mean, it's technology which should easily be implemented.
I assume Kenji didn't play, right?
Correct. Kenji's still not playing. He came to spot and to check out the course and to help. So, and that was a huge help and appreciate it very much. I appreciate everybody that helped. All of the sponsors that sponsored CTPs and holes. You know, we had 4 people that even did hole sponsors, which were huge because all that money goes back into the course. Kevin Kroenke, who stayed the whole day on hole 12 and buried my disc. Yeah, so just big thanks to everybody who helped. And I do want to say that we raised, and we probably won't get a chance to raise this much. It just so happens with a couple of, late scratches. We had 2 late scratches day of. So you don't get your refund when you scratch the day of. And then we also had 4 people who did the $25 fee for a hole sponsors. We ended up raising, and after all the payouts are done, I have it, I think, calculated that for the course, we ended up raising about $800, which is huge. That'll go to all the improvements, maybe a larger chainsaw so I can cut that tree down on 6. And then everybody will be happy about 6. But yeah, so that'll go to more tee pads. If you look at the women's scores, it was a little rough out there for them. It was kind of tough. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them, it was tough. And so I do want to have, shorter tees on some of the holes where it really demands it. And, all of that costs money. Those tee pads, which I know Tim loves, they are not cheap to make. They're about $300 and some a tee pad to make when you look at all the material. So we'll be able to add more tee pads and potentially new baskets, new basket placements. We have some ideas. So
you'll also learn the cost of maintenance on them too.
Correct. Like, I don't think the wood decks that we built will ever really need maintenance. Maybe at the end of my lifetime, but definitely the turf has to wear out. I mean, it's turf. So eventually those will need to be replaced. So we just don't know how long. We know that the front 9 is 3 years old now and it's going strong. There is no issues with those tee pads right now. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
So I know it's early, but you're definitely going to do another one of these next year, right?
Yes.
Is there anything event-wise between now and then? Is there going to be another event?
Potentially. So Jeff W. and I from DisCap, we've been chatting. The Blues at Burbine, which is a long-running tournament, it's been struggling getting people to TD. Mark Hay, who helped install and design that course, he's had to take on a lot of work for his job. So he hasn't really been able to run any tournaments. So one of the things that I had spoken to Jeff about was, let's do some sort of Montgomery County throwdown where we incorporate both courses into one tournament. So we have some initial talks, and it's not set. We don't have the tournament set up or anything, but we've already discussed potentially having a C tier where you play one round at Dove and one round at Burbine.
Maybe like a 2-town turkey trot of some sort.
Ooh, yes. But this would be probably mid-September. When you look at it, I think the week before MVP is looking like it might be the best date.
A 2-town Labor Day trot, if you would.
Oh, yes.
How far are the 2 courses away from each other?
They're about 20 minutes away from each other, so not too far.
Not too far at all. Almost an ideal distance.
I'd really like to incorporate 3 courses. So if you were to go up to Heiser Creek, that's 20 minutes away from Dove Creek. So potentially you could have a round, a 20-minute drive, another round, and a 20-minute drive, and another round. I know that would be very fun for Jeff. Jeff would love to be able to do a 54-hole tournament because there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, you'd almost have to do that on the longest day of the year, though.
Yes. And we talked about that, and there's not a lot of open opportunity for that, at least that where we would get enough people to fill that up. So, I think instead of Blues at Burbine, you might have a Montgomery County throwdown. It's not for certain yet, but that's what we're talking about.
Nice.
One last thing. I was talking with Jason Lasasso today. One of the things that I think running a TD, and the reason why we seem to always have the same people running tournaments around here is because it seems like a daunting task to TD. And quite frankly, it is difficult. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. And so I was talking to Jason today. I would really love it, and I'm going to officially enter this in as a request for DisCap. They do TD training from the PDGA. It's very informal. It tells you the basics, but there's a lot to be desired about that training. I think it would be really nice if DisCap offered some sort of TD apprenticeship program or TD training program where, we pay a TD who's already done it, who knows how to do it, to kind of show other people who expressed interest in TDing a tournament to kind of co-TD with them, their first one. Some of us are visual learners. I'm a visual learner. You describe something to me, sometimes it's difficult for me to understand it. You show it to me and I got it. So it's easier to see that way. And I think for people who are visual learners who want to TD but don't necessarily know where to start or have that kind of analysis paralysis that does happen when you're thinking about all these things, it would be a huge help. And I think it would be a nice way for DisCap to pay TDs something for helping and to help grow the next generation of TDs. Mike's not going to be around forever doing this. Jeff's not going to be around forever doing this. So if we want disc golf to continue, we need to get in more new TDs. And I think helping new TDs locally will be the best thing we can do.
Absolutely. I'm glad you've heard from Jason. I haven't heard from that guy since like January. I'm teasing. All right. A couple things I'd like to get to. On Sunday was the 420 Fling 3 at Wild West Ranch. How'd that go?
I wish it was on Saturday. It would have been a lot nicer. It rained through most of the tournament, although the second round was weather-wise significantly better. But overall, it's always a fun time playing at the 420 Fling. This is the third one. It's the third one I've gone to. Always a fun time. It's always nice being able to play and have fun and not worry about a rating or actually really competing. You're just there and throwing discs and just enjoying yourself. So I had quite a few sighters. Luckily, I had my girlfriend with me. She came last year and caddied for me and did again this year. So she carried my bag for both rounds and my partner Jay O'Leary's bag for half of each of the first and second round. So she was carrying literally a bag on the back and a bag on the front, which she said she was fine with because it actually produced a wind barrier and kept her warm. So that was very nice of her. And I even told her, I gave her an out. I was like, you don't even have to come tomorrow. It's going to be crappy. It's going to be raining. I don't want you to be miserable. And she still stuck it out. So that was pretty cool.
Well, who carried the ciders?
Well, there was a couple in the bags and then one in my hand and one in Jay's hand and one in my hand. And
so everyone was carrying them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 1911 Honey Crisps. They're delicious.
Nice. Looks like, was it 35 teams? That's a lot of teams.
Yeah, it was a full tournament. So I'm not sure how many, but yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm just looking at the U-Disc. Looks like Miranda and Charles Carpenter Jr. III won the mixed division. How'd you do in, you played in the men's division, I guess?
Yeah.
The dudes division?
The dudes division. My teammate's Jay O'Leary. It's either Jay O'Leary or Joe Riley, or he's typically my usual teammates. And Jay was my teammate the last 2 years.
Is Riley the one that is the outspoken one?
Oh, Joe Riley is a guy. He's a dude.
Joe, I don't give a fuck.
He's a dude. He has some great one-liners that just make you want to play more disc golf with him.
Yeah, he'll immediately talk shit to the other team before even introducing himself. It's hilarious and also embarrassing at the same time.
I also like that he talks plenty of shit to you as well.
Oh, yeah. He rips on me more than the other team. It's like so uplifting. But the best part is he gives me shit and then he'll end up messing up himself in it, vicious cycle. So I don't know if it's something he has to work himself out of, but he does have some great one-liners, and I really can't say much when he gives me a hard time because it's usually pretty funny. Yeah, so Joe Riley is New England Team Challenge. We've talked about him a few times. Jay O'Leary is just my buddy. He lives like a mile from me. Actually, Joe Riley lives not that far from me either. But Jay I've been playing with for a few years. He's kind of gotten back more into ball golf than disc golf. But I was able to get him to playing this for the third time with me. So we played first round against Jay Gorsage and his friend Brad Martin. I shot a -4. They shot a -3. There was a correction in there because I think I gave them a bogey on hole 19, but didn't matter. They ended up DNFing. They ended up toughing it out for the second round, which was too bad because the second round ended up being pretty nice out. It rained for probably about the first 20 minutes and then ended up being dry the whole rest of the time. But in the first round, I didn't play that well. The ciders were flowing and my timing was off. And I think I was just trying too hard as well, forcing things to happen instead of just playing usual. I can't think of anything too remarkable off the first round, though. It was really just slogging through it. They did have 19 holes to play. There is an optional 19th hole, obviously after the 18th. It's a pretty cool little setup there. It's rocks stacked on each other to make like a little bit of a cave. And there's two little like koi ponds without koi at the base of those rocks. And there's a stairwell of rocks going up the middle and the basket's up on top. It's a cool little hole that they can't really use any other time, like with PDGA events, because it would just be too much of a hassle to get it approved by the PDGA to add that. So it's nice during an unsanctioned round that you can just throw it in there and everybody seems to like it. So second round, we had about an hour break in there. Greg Hill smoked, I think it was beef, and pulled it apart and made some tacos. So we had lunch there.
On 420 tournament, and you said he smoked something, I was thinking you were going to go a totally different direction, but okay.
Well, yeah, that was also part of the day. But the tacos were nice. We also got $10 gift cards to the newly opened store that Greg opened on the Wild West property.
Like a disc golf store?
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, they sent us out for our second round. We ended up being matched up with Jace Carter and Joel Davis. And then secondarily, we ended up getting matched up with Florida Man and Tyler Gannon because we played out hole 7, got to hole 8, and those two were standing on a hole 8 wondering what to do because the team that they were supposed to be playing against wasn't there. So I called up Greg and he's like, yeah, there's a few teams that just left and didn't tell him. So he had to deal with rearranging some cards. So we absorbed Jeremy and Tyler. So we ended up having a 6-some, which was great because those guys are fun to play with. Joel and Jace aren't familiar with them. So I told them they're going to be able to see some pretty cool throws, some fun stuff. And they definitely put a show out there. They threw some really cool shots and it was enjoyable watching them because they can rip it pretty well. But Jay and I played okay. I think we shot a -3 and a -4, tied for 10th. And then afterwards, they had CTPs on every single hole with pretty cool prizes. You got to go up and pick stuff. They were all pretty 420 related or discs or chalk bags or whatever. Shout out to Court Foreman, who I think got 5 of them, which is just insane. I know we had a few because I kept looking at the flags when we were going through. So that was pretty cool. I know Dave Swain, he got an ace. I'm not sure how much money that was.
Hole 5. Yeah, I was going to point that out.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Someone hit an ace. It's not an easy course to ace. There's a few holes that are aceable, and then there's some pretty, some longer ones that just aren't reachable by a drive. So
nice. Looks like Brandon Lee.
I love it.
Josh Lee and Brandon Klein came in second, shot -15 for the day. And Ethan Stansbury and Jeremy Kasprick are your winners, -20. Looks like -12 in round 2.
They came down from the Plattsburgh area.
I'm familiar with Jeremy Kasprick. I don't know Ethan.
Yeah, he used to captain Wilcox Team Challenge. His wife got a job up north and he went with her.
Nice. I was going to ask you, you had mentioned that. So that's a Greg Hill event?
Yeah. Got another one next weekend. Same spot. Singles. That's going to be the NAGGT qualifier at Wild West Ranch next Sunday. Or actually, it will be this Sunday.
Yes, this Sunday. All right. Evan, you played Prospect Dubs tonight. How'd that go?
It went really well. Another good week at Prospect Dubs. I got to play with Denny Daly, as we said earlier.
Denny?
Yeah, we, mon ami. Played on a card again with Kyle Moore, who was paired up with Benji this time. We started on hole 3 right off the bat. I made a big putt, and that was a good sign for the round because we shot -13, which is the same score I had last week, and Dennis and I won.
How long Z?
We split.
Dr. Who, I got nothing else.
That's fine. We split the birdie bank with Adam Nelson and Dave Marshallock. We each hit 4 out of the 5 holes, so we got that on top of our winnings. So great time at Prospect Dubs once again. Thanks, Jay Gorsage, and it's always nice to bring home a little money too.
Nice. I assume Alonzi is like "let's go" in French.
It is. That's exactly what it means.
So I don't know. Do we have time for this past week's SkipAce? Randy's really wants us to
That's
talk
the only
about
reason he came on.
the
Right?
DGPT Jonesboro Open had 33 pickers. Terry Hudson was not one of them. 33rd place, the real Alex Potts. I'm assuming that's a relation, possibly a sister of Alex Potts. Crokinole Expert got a little distracted. Sparky Spalding came in 32nd. Last week's winner, Ivan Marmota came in 28th. My nemesis, Devin Lamke, 27th. Kat Bemis, 25th place.
Whoa. Back it up one.
26th place. Rob Wiesta, Mississippi. 983 points. Is there going to be some catch-up? Is this the catch-up week? Highland Mike Warner doing good on the disc golf course, but tied for 23rd with the Blue Jay Disc Golf Store. Tim Goyette, 20th place. I'm trying to zip through a little quicker. Jamin Human, 15th. So he's getting up there. I think he was a little better last week. I came in 14th, which is over 1,000 points. That might be the first time this year.
See what you can do when you actually try, Pat, and you're not just trolling, picking all the Pauls.
I did Raven Newsom.
Hey, 105 points.
Yeah.
You also picked Calvin and Gannon.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I had to pick Raven Newsom and Jessica Gerthy. I just recognized Gerthy, so I said, I'll pick that person. Ryan Nelson, 13th place. Joe C. in 12th. Corey Cook, 11th place. 1121. Let's see. Rob had 983. So
Couple hundred points.
Yeah, but he got you last week by a good amount, so it might be a wash.
A lot of golf left.
No, definitely. But you're still in the mix.
Yeah.
Top 10, we got Alex, Amp, Alex Potts, Kenji in 9th, Bickersmith in 8th, the Correspondent, 7th place. What was the last event? Do you remember?
I was 13 last week.
Middle of the pack, so moving up a little bit. Ryan Travis, 148343, didn't have a good week last week. He came in 6th this week. Evan, 4th place, top 5, tied with Con.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Justin Hickok in 3rd. That's a couple in a row. He's been pretty high up there. Lefty Flick, 21. And in 1st place with 1,211 points, Randy Bobandy.
All I had to do was doubt myself for weeks in a row, and I still kind of do, but here I am.
Well, last week you broke 1,000. This week you broke 1,200.
Yeah, no, I mean, coming in first has moved me up to, I think, 25th overall. Does that make me better than Kathleen's 2nd overall? I think so. So, well.
You got her by over 200 points.
She had a full DNF, and she still did really well.
Does this mean, like at dinner, you get the big piece of chicken?
I make dinner every night.
Oh, okay. So you always get the big piece of chicken.
So,
okay.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was the Taylor Kochek kind of random choice of who can throw far, and that worked out nicely.
All right, so let's take a look at the overall standings. You briefly mentioned them. 38th place, Josh Lee. Looks like he made one pick. Amanda Dunbar made picks. That's cool. Jacob Dunbar. Jason Lasasso in 32nd place. He's not distracted or anything right now. I'm in 30th. The real Alex Potts is in 29th. I haven't even seen the real Alex Potts until tonight, and they're already beating me. Corey Cook in 27th place. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Didn't you have like a, before the drops, you had like a 1 week like resurrection, it seemed, but now you're back to reality.
I'm going to say it again, Pat. A lot of golf left. I'm just heating up.
As Randy mentioned earlier, 25th place, sitting behind Alex Potts in 24th. Tim, 21st place.
Yeah. I've already had my 2 misses too, so I've got 2 zeros, so I've got to be perfect from here on out.
Now we got 38 pickers, so that's kind of right in the middle. Hey, I was going to say, you have exactly the same amount of points, so yeah, no drops.
Yep.
So you got to make all your picks now. 19th place, Ryan Travis, 148343. 18th place, Rob Weiss of Mississippi. His dropped is 3186. Corey's at 3050. Okay, so not too bad. Evan, 16th place.
Respectable.
Top 10 overall, Brian Heller is in 10th place. Jamin Hume in 9th. Not here to crow about it. And that's including his 1 week where he got shafted, but a lot of people got shafted, so I guess that's fair. Kenji Klein in 8th. Sparky Spalding in 7th. Correspondent, 6th place.
That's how we roll.
Ryan Nelson in 5th. But Joe, you're still behind Joe C. in 4th place.
We'll have to find out who that Joe C is and slow him down.
Bickersmith in 3rd. Kathleen Bemis in 2nd place.
Whoop, whoop.
And your leader, Lefty Flick 21, with 3681 in total after drop. There is an event coming up. It'll probably need to be picked before this episode comes out. The Grippy Q 44th Kansas Citywide Open presented by Nexus Golf. Picks close in 3 days, so probably the day this releases. So I'll have to make a post.
That's going to be my job at work tomorrow. Spend all day thinking of my picks and then forget to lock them in.
I'll have to make mine at some point. When I'm editing and I get to this point, that's when I'll do it. That's usually what I do, and that's when I'll post. So probably on Wednesday, I'll make a post. Hopefully it'll be not too late. Anybody able to stick around for a quiz, or anybody got to go?
I'm going to take off.
Anybody else? Just Evan?
I'm good.
Just
Okay.
Evan.
I'm in.
It's just Evan. It's only Evan.
Only Evan?
Evan's the only one wussing out.
Yep, gotta do it. Gotta use my PTO.
Hey,
No,
man,
that's cool.
you got it. Use it.
Thanks for coming on, Evan. Thanks for your hot
Absolutely.
takes on
Always a pleasure.
Prospect and J-Dubs.
Absolutely, we'll keep it going.
Awesome. Well, next week is a big week. We've got April Showers. We got Mighty Gaw. We got the Riverside Rambler in Port Jervis. And some kind of cosmic bowling. Randy, is that this coming weekend?
Yes, it'll be Candlepin, hopefully.
Candlepin at, where's that, Massachusetts? The Cosmic Open?
It's not Cosmic, right? It's just MVP, amateur MVP.
Yeah, AM side, right?
Why am I thinking Cosmic? Is that
It
coming
was
up?
Cosmic last year, although I think
Oh.
Cosmic is happening again. It's just at a different time of year. But
Okay.
yes, last year in the spring, we all played Cosmic.
Gotcha. All right. So next week will be a busy week as far as tournaments and such, is basically what I'm saying. Evan, did you end up signing up for Riverside or no?
I didn't yet, but it's looking more of a possibility. So I'll know probably by tomorrow if I can do it or not. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive for you, so I'm not going to try to deter you either way.
Yeah, no, if I can make it work, I've been meaning to check out the course, and it seems like a cool event. So I will let you know.
Sounds good.
All right, later, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Peace.
Yeah, bud.
Bye.
All right, so now we got 5. So we'll do 3 and 2. Well, we could do Wing It and Sling It versus the field.
Let's go.
So that's
Let's
Tim,
go.
Corey, and Terry versus Joe and Randy.
Let's go.
I was waiting
guys
to
like that?
hear Randy or Joe say "Let's go" to see how the other side felt about
Yeah,
it.
they haven't.
I've
Yeah,
heard
being
from
short's
it.
always the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Let's
I
go.
have faith in Randy.
Randy doesn't know what it's like to be short after the last quiz, remember?
That's a good point.
He's part of the story in 3/4.
All right, so Joe and Randy.
Gerandy.
Randy.
Or-
Joe Bandy.
Joe Bandy, yeah.
Could just be Junior.
Oh,
Where do you get any of those letters from besides the J?
JR.
Oh,
Oh.
I hope tonight's not an abbreviation night.
I thought I was actually being clever with that.
No, you were. I
Oh.
just over my head.
Cool.
Very high in the air.
Very high.
Very high. Dude, earlier somebody said Alex was under the weather, and I said in my head, that's impossible. Way up there.
tall joke.
All right, so Joe and Randy versus Terry, Tim, and Corey. You guys got a fancy name for you guys?
Team Tat.
How would it be Tat?
Oh wait, my name doesn't have an A in it. You're right. Where did I get that from? What the hell? No, got nothing on TTC.
Nope. I got nothing either.
Happy 420, everyone, by the way.
Woo!
Wasn't that 5 hours ago?
The date, buddy. The date.
Oh yeah, but it's 420 at 420. Come on, now.
All day, buddy.
The only
All
holiday
day.
that happens twice in the same day.
TCT, I don't know. That's like TNT, but like weaker.
Tournament Central, Terry.
There you go. Yeah, we'll take it. I might actually be in the middle of height. No, Terry's shorter than me. Never mind.
I'm 6 foot tall.
Oh, we're both 6
Rounding. You're both 6-ish.
Yeah, 5'11" 3/4. It's close enough. Grant was learning rounding today, so that's what we'll call it. 6 foot.
We see eye to eye on a lot of things, or most things,
Yep.
depending on the terrain.
All right, Joe and Randy, you guys go first. I got 3 categories here. We didn't get to disc or no disc last week, so I haven't actually looked at these since. So I'm a little rusty. So we got category 1, category 2, or category 3.
What do you think, Randy?
Let's go 1.
1 it is.
Question 1, category 1. Held every year during the second weekend of July, the Wolf Point Wild Horse Stampede is Montana's oldest what? Held every year during the second weekend of July, the Wolf Point Wild Horse Stampede is Montana's oldest what?
Rodeo?
Rodeo is what I was thinking. Let's not overthink it.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
I would go with rodeo.
Rodeo.
Is the rodeo a disc?
Thank goodness.
Hmm.
It's like fun, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's Lone Star maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems reasonable that it could be a disc. It's just not a favorite name for me. I can't rule it out.
I'm picturing someone telling me to be like weary of water, like a water carry, and I'm just like, this isn't my first rodeo, and I throw it in there, and they realize that I've owned many of them and lost them.
I'm leaning towards it actually being a disc just because
Yeah, I think
know.
I like it. Let's go yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Mint Discs, March 9th, 2026.
It's a terrible name.
Would have been brand new when I actually wrote the question, but it's been sitting here for weeks. Terry, Corey, and Tim, category 1, category 2, or category 3?
Terry, you pick.
Yep.
3.
Yes.
All right, question 1, category 3. What title character drove a Ferrari 308 GTS around Hawaii from 1980 until 1988? What title character drove a Ferrari 308 GTS around Hawaii from 1980 until 1988?
Well, Corey, I hope you know this.
All you youngins.
No, I don't.
I know this.
I think
know this. Wait, you know it?
I'm not on your team. I'm just
I was like, I thought that was Terry at first. I didn't hear it clearly because I was
Joe.
like moaning in. Oh, crap. I know this. I do. I really do.
You guys all should know this.
I'm not remembering. I know I can.
Is it set in the 80s, or the show was in the 80s, or movie?
It was actually in the 80s that it happened.
Can you repeat the question one more time? I want to make sure it's...
Sure. What title character drove a Ferrari 308 GTS around Hawaii from 1980 until 1988?
So it doesn't say that it's a movie or not, but I would assume since it's a date range that it's a show.
It's a show. I can see it. Wait, let me think. He has a giant mustache. What is this show?
Do you know who the actor is?
I'm trying. He's a huge actor. Just giant mustache.
10 seconds.
Stop it, Randy. Crap.
Is this the A Team?
No, it's not the A Team. It's a cop show. Dude's got a giant mustache. I know I keep saying that, but that's like his signature.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know. I can't think of his name right now. I just mentioned him the other day to my wife.
Tom Selleck.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know what his character is.
The Tom Selleck.
It is the Tom Selleck.
It's the Tom Selleck. It is.
What show is it now? Tom Selleck, 80s with a Ferrari.
Randy, I don't know what you should be saying because you're the king of I know everything about it except for the answer.
Is the mustache a disc?
Corey, anything?
Corey,
82 or 1980 and 1984. What the hell?
What shows with Tom Selleck?
It's not like Knight Rider or something like that.
Nope, it's not. That was not a Ferrari.
No, I kept thinking it was Miami Vice, but I know
that's what I was thinking. But that's Miami, not Hawaii. And I was thinking of Hawaii 5-0, but I'm pretty sure it's not that because I don't think Thomas Selleck was in that.
Was the reboot show with Dax Shepard and the other guy?
Reboot show with Dax Shepard and that other guy.
Is that might have been Hawaii 5-0, a good one.
It might have been.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's another cop show with Tom Selleck? I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's
Miami Vice. We'll just go with that. It's not it.
It's not
obviously.
Miami. I'd rather say Hawaii 5-0 than Miami Vice. Sorry.
No, you're all right.
It totally makes sense that you would rather say a place that isn't in the question, and your response would be a word that's actually in the question. So either way, you're
wrong.
Okay, so let's go with Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. All right.
You guys good with Tom Selleck?
Yep.
Corey, what you were talking about is chips.
Chips.
Oh, yeah.
That's California, though.
Yeah, no, I could picture the reboot, but you're right.
Joe and Randy, I'm not even going to read it. What do you got?
Randy, do you know?
Yeah, Magnum PI.
There you go.
God.
Come on.
You guys are...
We were just looking for Magnum because I was looking for the title character, but you're fine either way. Is the Magnum a disc?
I want it to
go
be.
with yes.
Yeah. Why
it's
not?
Not a terrible one, but...
You guys agree?
We agree. We're going yes.
I'm sorry, no.
Damn it. That's right. It was a steal anyway.
That was a steal. You got a point out of it, and you got choice. Would you like category 1 or category 3? Category 2 will be saved for a later date.
I'm not sure what the categories are, so...
Yeah, as far as the questions go, I liked theirs better than ours.
So we should leave them with that one, maybe. I'm not sure on strategy at this point.
I mean...
it's always bitten me, I think.
80s TV shows, I mean... Tim and Terry should be all right with it, but they missed Magnum PI, so it's kind of
that was bad.
All right, let's do one I gotta say less numbers. Let's do category 3.
You guys good?
Yeah.
All right, question 2, category 3. What word can be used to describe being stabbed by a bull's horn or a fleshy, typically large fruit with a hard skin? What word can be used to describe being stabbed by a bull's horn or a fleshy, typically large fruit with a hard skin?
I'm going to go with gourd on that one.
Gourd, yes.
As far as it being a disc.
The fruit took me a second to work that one out.
Yeah.
Gourd.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the gourd a disc?
Sounds horrible.
I think either spelling I don't really like,
Yeah, I'm going to go with no on that one.
Let's go no.
You guys agree?
Yep.
You are correct.
Well, that category idea changed real quick.
Yeah, I have no clue now.
And it's 5-0. Terry, Corey, and Tim, category 1 or category 3?
Save us, Terry. Where are we going?
Let's go to category 1.
Yeah.
All right. Question 2, category 1. What brand of furniture spray from SC Johnson Wax comes in lemon clean and orange clean scents? What brand of furniture spray from SC Johnson Wax comes in lemon clean and orange clean scents?
Other than like Lysol?
Wait, what?
Furniture spray? What? I was thinking Scotchgard, but that doesn't make sense.
Wait, is it Pine Sol?
That's not a furniture spray.
No?
That's like a floor cleaner.
I thought that was okay.
I did like Pine Sol because you said lemon.
Because isn't that a commercial where the Pine Sol, they have the like lemony scent. They have it's like a jar with it's got a bubble on top and a long narrow cylinder on the bottom. And there's like a little corset in the middle.
See, why I hate Lysol is because they have lots of different scents. And I don't know if him only saying 2 cents. And you know what they say, if it don't make no dollars, it don't make no sense. So.
Yeah, I thought Pine Sol was for floors.
You're right. It is for floors. You're right. Nope, you're right.
I'm saying Lysol. I don't know.
Lysol.
But that's
not a furniture spray. That's a cleaning wipe.
Or it's like an aerosol. What do you spray in the air? Lysol.
Pledge.
no, that's like counters.
Okay, I'm out. I did Pine Sol. I did Pledge. What do you get? Windex? What do you want?
No, that's for Windows.
The only fabric spray I know is Febreze.
Ooh,
but
ooh. I mean, that has a billion cents now. But
what brand of furniture spray from SC Johnson Wax comes in lemon clean and orange clean scents?
No, okay, we did not need that to be reread because it didn't help at all.
It's definitely not Febreze. I'll tell you that.
Lemon Pledge. I mean, I remember Lemon Pledge as a kid.
Right, I said Pledge.
I know, but I mean, like, I thought it was for I thought it was for counters. I don't know. The whole furniture thing is really killing me.
I feel like Pledge has got a few cents. Lysol, I don't like anymore. We're definitely not going with Windex or Pine Sol.
Yeah, Pledge kind of seems like it could be a disc too.
Sure, yeah, I say Pledge.
Okay, I agree.
All right, we'll go with Pledge.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is the Pledge a disc?
Oh!
Yeah, you guys were killing me on that.
Damn, that was sick. Is the Pledge a disc? I think it's a terrible word. Just look at it. We said it way too many times. I want to say no.
I want to say no too. I don't like it. I don't think it looks good.
Agree.
The whole DG combo with surrounded by E's is very off-putting. So no.
Pat, we're going no.
You going no?
Correct.
You are correct.
Whew.
Get it, boys.
5-2.
I feel like we made that harder than it had to be.
Definitely.
Oh,
100%.
Way harder.
Name a brand of scents. I don't know. We could have listed off 10 more.
All right. Round 3, Joe and Randy. Question 3 and 1 or question 3 and 3?
I'm not sure what either of them are.
Nope.
So, I mean, we can flip a coin essentially on this.
Let's do 3.
Okay, I'm fine with it.
All right. Question 3, category 3. Lizzo made headlines in 2022 when she was invited by the Library of Congress to play a crystal version of what instrument once owned by James Madison. Lizzo made headlines in 2022 when she was invited by the Library of Congress to play a crystal version of what instrument once owned by James Madison.
I think it's a flute.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think she plays the flute.
You sound pretty confident, so let's...
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know why I hate that I know that, I guess.
You guys agree?
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Is the flute a disc?
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
Randy,
That's the first answer I knew right off the bat.
I mean, it was so easy for you guys to just the flute.
Did you want him to say, like, a flute is not an instrument? It only comes in 2 cents.
An orange and a lemon flute.
The lemon-scented flute. Is it a disc? That's the question. Doesn't sound like a great disc name to me.
No, it's like better than gourd, but no, I don't love it. I'd rather say no and be wrong than like...
Yeah, I can't really
You know what I
see
mean?
the flute being a disc. It just doesn't sound like a... Yeah. No, I'm gonna go no.
Yeah, all right, no.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct. All right. Terry, Corey, and Tim. Question 3 and 1 or 4 and 3?
Terry, keep leading
Yeah, I
us.
was going to say.
You know what? We're gonna flip the script. We're gonna stay with question 1.
Okay, yeah, like it.
Let's go.
Question 3, category 1. Legend has it that what dessert, which Ithaca, New York claims to be the home of, was created in the late 19th century to circumvent blue laws. Legend has it that what dessert, which Ithaca, New York claims to be the home of, was created in the late 19th century to circumvent blue laws.
Corey, this is your specialty.
That's too far.
Corey from Ithaca.
Too far? Okay, never mind.
I don't know what a blue law is.
Yeah. What's a blue law?
Blue law. Wait, no, I don't know. I was going to make something up, but I didn't have it right off the top of my head.
Like 1700? Is it something tea related?
Blue laws, I mean, not to give too much away, it basically says you can't sell such and such on this day or before this time.
You can't sell liquor on Sundays before noon.
I mean, it could be liquor. It could be other things, too.
Let's go with hangover cake or something like that. Was that made in Ithaca or just Troy?
Is that a thing?
Hangover cake?
Yeah. I thought you were joking.
Oh, no. Hangover cake is the shit. Okay, you all need to go to the Fazio's and get hangover cake.
I just thought you really wanted to be done with this question.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
like, hey, quick, it's done.
Nope, it's legit like 3 different alcohols in a cake that they just cook off. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Get it. Is there there's like a rum cake? Is that like as simple as it is?
Although I
Ooh,
feel
yeah.
like naming it rum cake isn't going to do very good for getting around blue law. But I do like rum cake as an answer.
All right. I'm just thinking if it's to get because I think based on Pat's hint on a blue law, I'm pretty sure it's selling alcohol before noon on a Sunday type of thing.
That was not my hint at all. Just
okay. Never mind.
Well, that's him covering his butt. He's covering his butt right now. Yeah.
That's what I
Coming up
took
with
his hint
nothing
as.
unless it's going to be coffee ice cream, which makes no sense. So
Okay.
sure.
Let's try rum cake. We are having a rough round here.
Wow. All right. Okay, rum cake, Pat.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Randy and Joe. Legend has it
Oh, my
that Ithaca, New
goodness.
York claims to be the home of was created in the late 19th century to circumvent blue laws.
I immediately thought rum cake.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, because I knew what blue laws were because I'm from Massachusetts. But so we go hangover cake, right?
Oh, you totally need to. Rub it in my face. Rub that cake right in my face.
This took a turn.
Please.
I'm a huge
Joey.
fan of ice cream, and that's ice cream sundaes. I know it sounds crazy.
What?
It's
Ice cream Sundays is a thing invented
To get around blue laws? You couldn't buy
Yeah,
ice cream on a
ice cream
Sunday?
floats. It has to do with ice cream being used to get past soda on Sundays.
Oh.
So is the answer ice cream float or
It's either ice cream
sundae?
float or ice cream sundae, but
Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, hangover cake. Let's go.
Oh, man.
I feel like it's Sundays though. Ice cream
I'm
Sundays.
excited.
I like it.
They weren't allowing soda on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
and so they developed the float. But still, some places didn't allow the soda part, so they just did like syrup or chocolate syrup instead of soda.
So you just add syrup and it's no longer ice cream?
I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to hear if this is real or not.
Yeah.
I really am.
You take the wheel, Joe. I don't know.
I don't know if it's Sunday or float though, because the float sounds more like a disc name. The Sunday is obviously doesn't sound like a disc name at all. I feel like the answer is Sunday, but
Well, I think that's a better answer if it was a regular trivia question, but I think float is a better disc name. So I feel like
I gave you information. I will let you run with what you think is the best answer.
Ithaca, New York. Ice cream sundae does sound better. I don't know. Joe.
I think it's Sunday. I'm
Okay.
leaning like 70% Sunday, 30% float.
All right. No, let's go ice cream sundae.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the Sunday.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hey, we learned a lot tonight.
I'm not going to lie. This has been the most educational podcast I've listened to in a
He's
while.
100% right. There was something about the sale of ice cream floats, which are soda. To avoid the soda, they made the ice cream sundae, and they named it the Sunday, spelled differently, but after the day because they weren't allowed to.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
What a night tonight has been.
Crazy.
I love that.
Someplace in Wisconsin debates whether or not they were the first ones to create it, like with any food.
Oh, it's definitely
Just crazy.
Keep your cheese.
Sunday would have come out before a float would have, in my chronological brain that I would think a Sunday came out before a float.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I don't know if they were called ice cream floats at the time. They might have just been ice cream sodas. So maybe the float did come out after.
Yeah.
That's possible. Is the Sunday a disc? Spelled either way.
What
That's the harder
category
question,
right
I think.
now
This is
before
category 1.
Okay.
What's the brand that has all the candies for their names? What is the name of them? They have like
There's cheapers.
Are you talking Clash?
Yes, thank you, Clash.
Hey, Terry.
yeah.
Shush.
Just wanted to get them to Clash.
I still don't think it's a Clash disc.
It's the only brand I could think of that may have a Sunday or something. I don't think it is a disc.
I'm good with no.
It just
is
sounds
fine.
not right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
All right, we're going up.
You guys agree?
Mhm.
You are correct.
Oh man,
So we're
Right.
halfway through. I got 9-2 if that's correct.
that's what I got.
That feels about right.
God, we're getting smoked.
That feels really good.
But that was a steal, wasn't that? So you
Yeah, it
guys have category choice. Question 4 and 1 or question 4 and 3?
Do you have any inkling of either category at this point?
What one was that? Was that category 3?
Those ones. So
That was
rodeo, pledge, Sunday.
No,
Got
I don't.
nothing. Nope, nothing in the other category either.
Mm,
Let's just go to 3. I think we've been
yeah,
mostly
we've been
picking
doing all
threes.
right with 3. I think.
Yeah.
All right. Question 4, category 3. Genuine's 1996 debut hit single, which later saw a resurgence in the Magic Mike films, is titled after what animal? Genuine's 1996 debut hit single, which later saw a resurgence in the Magic Mike films, is titled after what animal?
It's just unfair.
Is it Pony? Is that the song?
Not really my genre.
You didn't watch Magic Mike over and over?
I have never seen the first or the second one.
Weird that he knows 2 of them that he's never seen.
Yeah.
Every time Kat beats Randy in SkipAce, they have to watch one of the movies.
Yes, it's been a rough spring so far.
What did you say it was?
I think Pony is the song for Magic Mike that I'm thinking of, but that's all I got.
All right. It's more than I would have at all. So
I have nothing else. So
yeah,
that's what you get.
Pony. Sounds good to me.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is the pony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, nice job, Randy. All right. Well, I know there's a quote.
Is this the song?
Yeah,
This
he's
is your version?
he's trying. That's
Sounds like the MIDI version.
yeah.
James Printer.
The MIDI version.
It sounds like James Printer doing the song.
Terrible. Pony it up.
This is a better disc name than a lot of the ones we've had. I feel like we're going to go yes on something.
I'm not feeling it.
No?
I'm a hard no.
Oh, we got no one to break the tie either.
Mm.
Oh no.
I mean, what's been a no?
I'm fine with no. I mean, I'm not emotionally
Foot's
invested
not.
in this one.
Ford wasn't. Magnum was Magnum a disc?
No.
Rodeo wasn't. Played.
Just all no's.
There's a lot of no's, but I really don't think Pony's a disc.
At least it's like a thing that goes fast. Kinda. I don't know. We can go no.
I'm going no.
All right, we're going no.
You guys agree?
Yep.
You are correct.
Yes.
All right. Tim, Corey, and Terry, 4-1 or 5-3?
I should be banned from picking, so someone
All right.
please
Well,
fix.
I still think we take the 4, right, Corey? Let's take the 4 rather than the 5. Sure. Although the last 2 and 3 I did know.
I haven't known.
And I haven't known anything in 1. Well, I guess anything that we got.
All right, so surely we can't go 3 in a row for not knowing 1.
Don't call me
Yeah,
Shirley.
I agree. Let's go. We got to get 1 in 1. So let's go to 1.
All right. Question 4, category 1, September 4th, 1998. So the founding of what internet startup by Stanford University classmates Larry Page and Sergey Brin? September 4th, 1998. So the founding of what internet startup by Stanford University classmates Larry Page and Sergey Brin?
Is that PayPal?
Google.
Google? Oh, it's Google.
I thought it was Google. Isn't Larry Page
think you're
Google?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, Google.
You guys
I
agree?
think it is. Yeah, it's Google.
Is the Google a disc?
Ooh, that sounds like a horrible. I don't know. I don't like it.
Ew, no.
Yeah, I say no.
Okay, I didn't like it.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because it's not technically a number, or is it?
Ooh.
Oh.
You're correct. I was
100
my
zeros?
thinking as far as having it as an answer. I wasn't sure if copyright laws wouldn't apply because is it technically a number?
Oh.
I think it is, but it's not spelled the same. But yeah, I think pronounced the same, yes.
I got you. All
Oh,
right.
no, yeah, Google is spelled Google.
Oh, okay. So I got 10-4
Old buddy.
Good buddy.
for
I got you.
Joe and Randy. Question 5-1 or question 5-3?
I feel like we got lucky on the last one, but let's do 3.
That's the whole premise of this. Is like
Yeah.
where
I'm
you
fine with
pick
3.
is huge.
I don't really have anything pinned down on
Nope.
which categories is which, but yeah, 3's cool.
All right, question 5, category 3. Whether it's a 19th century four-wheeled London cab on cobblestones or a piece of melting glacial ice, what name is given to these objects based on the low-frequency rumbling sound they produce? Whether it's a 19th century four-wheeled London cab on cobblestones or a piece of melting glacial ice, what name is given to these objects based on the low-frequency rumbling sound they produce?
That's what you guys get. Getting all those easy questions.
Vibrate,
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I like rumble.
rumble, hum.
I wouldn't say hum about a cobblestoney sound.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of wavelengths. I wouldn't really go with cobblestone.
Yeah.
Vibrate, hum, reverb.
I lied, guys. We're going to just say them all.
What did you say, Randy?
I said rumble.
Rumble. Let's go for it. That's all
All
I
right,
got.
rumble.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Mhm.
Tim, Corey, and Terry, whether it's a 19th century four-wheeled London cab on cobblestones or a piece of melting glacial ice, what name is given to these objects based on the low-frequency rumbling sounds they produce?
Rumbling. Sorry.
First thing, the only thing I came up with was buggy, which doesn't.
Excuse me?
And to be honest, I had to come up with that word. But like, what do those English people call like shopping carts? They call them buggies. That's how I got to the word, which is probably still clearly wrong and doesn't help the situation. But
Okay. I have no idea. I'm no help here.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything the first 2 times he read it, let alone the third.
Yeah, same. I like the buggy because at least let's go with buggy.
it's got 4
Okay,
wheels.
buggy. I like
Yep.
it. Let's do it. Buggy.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking for Growler.
Growler.
I like that name though.
Should have said something beer related, Pat.
Then you would have got it. Lone Star Discs, July 31st, 2023. But that was a steal attempt. Terry, Corey, and Tim, 5-1 or 6-3.
All right. I know what the category 3 is.
Really?
Yeah, I do. That last one helped me.
But is it going to help?
Yeah,
you
in order to
last
get the last one, you would have had to have known, I think, the category.
Yeah. Now that came out, I know what the category is.
I thought about flipping 5 and 6, but we'll see.
Okay.
Do you know enough about the category to know what this last?
No, not at all. No. The only reason I know what the category is because the last one helped me figure it out. I don't know if I'd be able to figure out a question 6 based on this.
Perfect. That means let's go with 1, and then they
get the 6, and then I like it. Let's do it.
Category
Assuming
1.
they didn't figure it out based on questions.
Randy might have.
I know what it is.
Damn it.
Damn.
He's bluffing. Let's go with 1.
Okay, 1.
You still want to go with 1?
Yeah.
All right. Question 5, category 1. What Queen song from their soundtrack for a 1980 sci-fi film reached number 10 on the UK singles chart and number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100? What Queen song from their soundtrack for a 1980 sci-fi film reached number 10 on the UK singles chart and number 42 on the Billboard Hot 100?
Well,
Should have gone with the question 6.
yeah, we
Yeah, for
definitely
real.
could have gone with question 6 because that didn't help. There's a Queen song that was not in the top 10 in the United States.
Wait, it was not or was in the top 10?
It wasn't. It was 42 or something like that in the United States, and it was 10 in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a theme song for some no-name movie
80s sci-fi.
that was sci-fi. So
Evan is yelling at you right now.
he definitely is.
Just
That's
saying.
I feel like we're all dumber because Evan's not here right now. He would have known like all of these questions.
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like Under Pressure, but that's not even Queen. Never mind.
That is not Queen at all.
I mean, it is, but
It's a little bit.
it is.
Is
it
it?
is Queen, yeah.
That's Queen? Okay,
Queen
cool.
featuring.
It's half. Yeah. We should leave them alone.
Yep.
They need to get this and the next 2, I
And
think,
the
to
10
tie.
I'm not too worried.
Let's just go with Somebody to Love.
Sounds so sci-fi.
Yeah, there's somebody with an alien.
What's the fast song that has the words like Lady Godiva? What's the name of that song? Stopping me. I don't want to sing.
More Terry, more.
Don't
Get him
Stop Me
going.
Now?
Yeah, Don't Stop Me Now. Yes, but that would be not a disc name.
Any
You're
idea
having such a
based
good
on the
time.
sci-fi movies? Like, what was the 80s sci-fi movie?
Couldn't tell you. Star Wars.
All right,
No.
cool. We should have taken the 6.
Yeah.
At least I would have had an idea of where to like point you guys.
Okay, so name one other Queen song. That's not that one song.
That's not Bohemian Rhapsody. No.
So name one other one, Tim.
and not one that's like incredibly like famous because it was only 42 on the list.
Slightly famous.
Slightly famous. I don't know. Let's just go with whatever you said. The fast one. What's the fast one?
Don't Stop Me Now. Yeah.
Not a good answer, but yeah, let's
No.
do that.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
It's
There
definitely
you go.
not that.
Bohemian- No,
You want both of them?
Yes, both of them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Don't Stop Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
A non-existent song.
Joe and Randy, what Queen song from their soundtrack for a 1980 sci-fi film reached number 10 on the UK singles chart and number 42 on the Billboard Hot 100?
I'm pretty sure the show or movie was Highlander, and it's like
Ooh.
Who Wants to Live Forever.
I love that.
But I don't know if that's the name of the song, and it's certainly not
I would have
this
picked
name.
Don't Stop Me Now, personally, but
You know the song I'm talking about now that I said it?
I think, but I can only think of like
forever.
the guitar. Yeah, I've seen Highlander.
Who Wants to Live Forever? That's not a disc. Like, how do we make a disc name out of that? Is that even the name of the song?
There can be only one answer. That's all I know.
Yeah, I love that, Pat.
I think we're okay, even if we don't get this
How
right.
dare you, Randy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the name of the song is. It's not like one of their popular.
What about just say Highlander?
You want to say Highlander?
Yeah, it's a good disc name.
Sure, we'll go with Highlander.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We're looking for Flash. Flash.
Oh,
for Flash
I know.
Gordon.
Huh.
Yeah,
Really?
Florida.
Oh wow.
Flash is Discraft, April 14th, 2004. But for Joe and Randy, that was a steal. Would you like the final question in 1 or the final question in 3?
Do you actually think you know threes
Yes.
category?
Yes.
Oh, let's do that then.
I thought it was BSing.
No, it's
He still might.
Well,
don't tell him.
what do you?
No, let's see. I want to know. I want to see
what
if
it
I'm
is.
right.
It's the last question in this group. It's a container,
No.
like
It's a glass. Yeah.
so a container of some sort, whether it be a gourd, a flute, a pony, a growler, a magnum.
Yeah.
Container.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, category 3, Pat.
All right. Question 6, category 3. Located in the White Mountains of California, what Great Basin bristlecone pine shares a name with Noah's grandfather, who lived to be 969 years old? Nice. Located in the White Mountains of California, what Great Basin bristlecone pine shares a name with Noah's grandfather, who lived to be 969 years old? Nice.
Dang, 969.
Okay, the old people. I'm not a Bible guy. Methuselah was really old. I remember that.
Sounds good. Run with
Okay. It's a big
Methuselah.
big cup.
Last final answer.
Methuselah.
There you go.
You guys agree?
I'm good with it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Methuselah.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a cup. That's a container. What?
Why is that the cup?
Why? I'm so dumbfounded.
I only know that from a book title, Methuselah's Children. That's,
Nice job, Randy.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely a disc, right?
Yeah, sure. No,
I'd buy it.
no. You'd buy it?
We're going yes, Pat.
Is it a driver or mid range or a putter?
It'd be a driver for sure.
Yeah, it goes forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good. You guys agree?
Yep.
A Methuselah is a large format wine bottle holding 6 liters,
Oof.
Well,
but it is not a disc.
yeah, I didn't think so,
Shucks.
but
All right, final question worth
1 million points.
100 points.
I'll say worth 5 points if you get it, and then we'll figure out how many points the disc or part is. What adjective? This is for
Great,
Terry,
a
Corey,
word
and
question.
Tim. Yeah, it's for Tim. He loves words.
You know me.
What adjective derived from Latin is used by astronomers to describe anything relating to, consisting of, or resembling a star? What adjective derived from Latin is used by astronomers to describe anything relating to, consisting of, or resembling a star?
All right. I think I figured out this category too. I don't know the answer to this question, so I'm going to tell you what it is to see if it helps you figure it out.
Okay.
And I figured it out because Joe said driver.
Okay.
And flash drive, Google Drive, Sunday Drive. I think what Pat is getting at is Rodeo Drive.
Yep.
They're spelled the same.
Yeah, they are spelled the same. No, you're right. And then I think Pledge Drive, but maybe that's a fundraiser. I think maybe
It is.
All right, so it's got to be some sort of drive, whatever the made up of stars.
Not a warp drive, obviously.
Ooh,
Mm,
ooh. I don't care if that's right or wrong. I like that answer.
Pat, one more time the question.
What adjective derived from Latin is used by astronomers to describe anything relating to, consisting of, or resembling a star?
Resembling a star.
not light drive.
Probably the least helpful figuring out. Like the last one, it really helped figuring out.
Yeah. And the only reason I got this one is I was staring at all the words as Joe said driver, and it suddenly clicked in my head.
Well, that's why the first word was rodeo.
Right, instead of rodeo. Like as I was doing it, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of, even though I'm pretty sure it's wrong, answering anything with a Star Trek term kind of makes me like happy.
I'll give you a hint because you guys lost anyway.
Yeah.
And even if you get this right, it can describe every one of my drives.
A shank drive.
Oh, I was trying to say something not like how to make it a bomb drive.
A pure drive.
Launch drive.
A good,
Launch
a
drive?
good drive.
A good drive. A straight down the fairway drive.
Let's just go bomb.
Yeah, let's go bomb. I'm fine with that.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe and Randy, what do you got? What adjective derived from Latin is used by astronomers to describe anything relating to, consisting of, or resembling a star?
Stellar.
I'm thinking Stella or Stellar, but Stellar Drive. What's that?
Well, words are cool for you people. That's nice.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the word
They've
drive.
all seen my drive, so they know
that's
what
true.
word to look for.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with Stellar.
That's all I got.
It's derived from the Latin word, which is probably Stella. Stellar would be more English.
Stella is the stellar, a disc.
Yep.
Yes.
Supersonic
Not
Discs, June 27th, 2025.
Well, we got
Nice job, Randy.
I'm dabbing
That
right
was
now.
bad.
Tim, I feel like I could feel your hold too. I feel like this in this round was how I would feel if if
I threw a 7 on the 180 foot hole. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You guys struggling on Magnum, PI, and Pledge was the highlight of tonight. By the way,
hey, we got there with Pledge.
I mean, Tim said it.
You did eventually.
That was our lone bright spot.
I mean, you did get hand me's with gourd, flute, and pony.
I just hope that when Tim's wife tells him to clean the couch, he's not just going to dump a bunch of Pledge on it and start scrubbing.
I'll just at this point, the way this is going, I'm going to just drink the Pledge, Corey.
Don't they have Pledge for like wooden coffee tables and stuff?
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, it's furniture cleaner.
Literally,
that's furniture.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why Pat said countertops. I do remember my mom using Pledge clean.
No, I said countertops. That was my fault.
Yeah, it was mostly used on like wood furniture and stuff.
Right.
Like end
it's like a hutch. Like you want to clean a hutch, a table, the counters, like an end table. Like bookshelf.
I was thinking fabric, like on a furniture, like like you're sitting on a couch. Like no one sits on a wood couch.
When you said Febreze, we understood you were going fabric.
I'm sure there's an orange and lemon Febreze.
There probably is.
So next weekend we got April Showers, we got Mighty Gaw, we got
NADGT qualifier at Wild West.
Yep, we got the Riverside Rambler in Port Jervis, and the MVP Amside event. Registration for Mindkill Amside is open for women and juniors. Right, Randy?
Yeah. Is it?
It would have opened today at 7:00.
Yeah. Okay.
According to what I read, it was open today at 7 for women and juniors. I don't know when the next registration is, but by the time this comes out, it should definitely be open for them.
Let me confidently say yes. It's open for women, and then a week of hole sponsors before general.
When do hole sponsors? Is that the same time?
It's tomorrow. It'll be like one day of just ladies, and then a week or I guess 6 days of ladies and hole sponsors.
So Monday was for women and juniors. Tuesday, hole sponsors? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so by the time this releases, all three will be able to register for Mindkill Disc Golf Championship Amside. Any other events coming up?
No, I got a busy next weekend.
Solos at Dove on Sunday. We're still going to run it. I'm playing in the NAGT, but Sean will be running the solos at Dove.
What's the league at Dove Creek? It's on Sundays. What time, first of all?
10:00 in the morning.
What is the actual league? Is it just a singles league? Is it?
It's a singles handicap league. Yep.
Okay.
The only prerequisite is if you don't have a handicap, you can't cash just for that 1 week. You can play for your ace pot and then donate to the end of the year payouts, but that week you can't cash just because it's unfair to the people that have a handicap.
What do you use as the handicap? Is it just UDisc or do you have a different?
It's UDisc. In fact, I don't even know what the handicap is. I wish they would show it to you before the next round, but they don't give you a handicap until the next round starts.
It's proprietary.
Apparently.
I don't know. I just made that up. Any birthdays coming up? I got Pete Intervallo. He's a wedge guy. Adam Selman?
Yep.
That's a name.
Yep, that's a guy.
Andrew Whitman is today's 420.
Devin DeClerc. That's a Beacon / Wilcox guy. Eric Heinel?
Yep.
Sam Richter's birthday's on the 23rd. Davis comes out.
All right. Anybody else?
Joe Juraka. Joe Juraka is he plays. Yeah. Yep, that's all I got. Till next time.
All right. Tony Marino. That's just a dude I know.
Oh, that's the same guy that we played him in New England Team Challenge.
Yeah, and he does the West Point games.
Yeah, and Dan Marino's brother.
You mean the actor from Ace Ventura?
That would suck.
Yes, the actor from Ace Ventura. He just changed his name because they had a family dispute. So he changed the M-A-R-I-N-O.
Oh, it's M-A, okay.
And Tony is M-O-R-I-N-O. But it was a family thing,
Yeah, he probably had a cannon too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, favorite number's 13.
Imagine being Dan Marino's brother, though. Be like, oh, you're Dan Marino's brother? No, as nothing other but then Dan Marino's brother.
I'd like to be Dan Marino's
You know
brother.
what? I'd never run out of isotoners, that's for sure. All right, well, thank you, Randy, Corey, Tim, Evan, Joe. Thanks for coming on. And Terry, thanks for joining us.
Always a good time.
Thanks, Pat.
And sweet up, Hudson Valley.
Yeah,
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Thanks, everybody.
Corey just made me crack up.